2,400 going into the next. But this has been a comprehensive set of rounds for the Mongols now that we've gotten into the head-to-head on these rifles. Beautiful work there, great call, change of pace, very poppy, in your face. They've been defaulting, right? We're going into A splits, B splits, very heavy mid, top cat, window smoke. This time, straight in towards A. I love that call, now to blitz there.
I'm here. Woo.
And now we're gonna find out if those losses are learnings. And so far, so good.
Okay.
You're going toe-to-toe with FaZe.
Can you guys hear it?
You're holding your own on your map choice.
Hear everything?
You're even hitting a couple of nice shots. The aim is never in question. It's if you've got those stage legs.
What is the chicken? Oh,
I've already resurrected the Undertaker. What else do you need?
The chicken.
Tactical timeout called. This one by FaZe. Neo.
Bello.
The game on the mic. What words of wisdom can he offer up?
Stay for the
They don't go for any investments right now with the Save Them 4 and the AWP. They can buy again into the next. But this is the moment where Simple needs to insert himself into the round. Or Carrigan. Also been having an impact in the early stages. 9 kills so far. Oldest player in the major remaining right now,
what about
35
now?
years of age.
Hello?
Oh yeah, and then you got
Still
the
kicking.
youngest.
Can you hear me?
Still kicking in MongolZ.
Back to that default spread.
Wait, Carrigan is going for a bit of an all-in here. Just goes for answers and finds a little bit of a balaclava sticking out. It was Senzu on that headshot.
Well, if there's one, you'd expect more, but
Thank
Carrigan's
you.
on it on his own.
14
So this
months
could force
already.
Mazinho and Techno to start looking into A, expecting it to be relatively
Thank
clear.
you.
But the fact
I
that they
really appreciate that.
hit the brakes.
Thank you. I hope you're enjoying
now,
the
not getting
streams
ahead
and
of himself.
everything. Thank you very much.
They are going to execute back into A. And this is where the stack resides. Simple's all Rain and Frozen. Carrigan can chip in from stairs and connect it quite quickly.
Frozen's 5-7 is terrifying. Up close, he can win rounds alone with a 5-7 from under that dark position.
Here comes the execute.
Chat.
Pushes forward, Rain's 5-7 does confirm Palace is occupied. Now ramp to be tested and Simple can't hit it. Whistles one pass, peeks into his rival
Guys.
9-10, the best of the bunch.
I have to cut the celebration short, but I'm
All
here.
gone, maybe Carrigan's rifle will arrive. They're spamming away, and there it is. Carrigan does put his name in the feed onto 9-10. Techno trying to advance.
Guys, this is the first
Punishable
game.
reload. Rain goes looking. That sound cue betrays. Frozen again. This 5-7 now reveals
34-4.
itself. A flash is good. Blitz isn't blind. And now it's going to be
Holy
comfortable
shit.
for Senzu. Up and about 5 for the Mongols.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
the
it's the
type of
first
Counter-Strike
one?
I was
Okay, good.
expecting coming into today's matchup. Very trade heavy, in your
No, I
face
was
CS.
out partying, bro.
So threatening.
But I had to.
Save on those guns with some light
I had
investments
to
around
get
it, but again,
back.
lost bonus comes into play.
I have to
And
watch.
we'll be able to get her to buy
him.
once more. Simple hits that first shot, could be a completely different story. But 9-10, he punishes.
Oh.
Taking the lead now. How many more rounds on this
drunk?
T
No.
side are the Mongols able to accrue?
No.
9-10 going for a pick on B. Carrigan has to be careful with his jump spots.
I'm probably cheering on her.
Hold it off for
FaZe,
now.
Right?
I would say I'm cheering for FaZe. Very much so.
This looks punishable. It's not an easy shot if 9-10
You
does
guys,
go
who are
forward.
you guys cheering for? Can we do a poll, please? MongolZ have never won anything. Is super wholesome and cheering for them. Oh,
Smoked off, Cena now,
let's
forcing
hope
out the
they
util.
win also.
Blitz in through underpass. Senzu's been out towards the top mid box, so now they can go for this second wave again. Window smoke.
You know,
Deep con
maybe
also
I'll cheer
available.
for that. Well, guys, now that I'm a part of FaZe, I should be
By the CTs.
rooting for FaZe, right?
50 seconds left. Lining up a perfect molly
Now
in
that
towards
I'm
that
in
vent room. Flushes
FaZe
anybody
fan.
out and rerouting again. It's right now in his element. If they execute in towards A, it's Frozen the unknown piece once more. Rain will have to bait for him, or at least flash him forward for this fight.
He has a smoke if they molly.
Audio's a bit low.
Readies himself. Techno sweeps through. Good find from Techno. Sure, traded by Rain. They got
Techno
25 to get that
4K.
bomb in. Senzu feeling the pressure now. He's lost him, Zinho. Blitzlink is
4-5.
mid,
When I
catching
clicked
this
on the stream
rotation,
and
a
I
double
opened it,
flank
it was
onto
like
Carrigan Rain, but
4-1,
maybe he
I
doesn't
think.
not ready for Simple. Spots his barrel,
It's
ready for
very
it. Hits
bad.
the shot, a quick one. Not bad from Simple. They're closing the gap. 9-10's missed his shot. Gets put down. Carrigan retakes. for debate.
I would say that
In the 3-on-3 phase,
probably
tying us up 5-5.
the fan favorites. I mean, if you have Simple in your team, you probably are the fan favorites. So.
There's the ambulance pulled up in the building. We're gonna tie things up as
see this one from his POV, bro. Oi!
yeah, Blitz was licking his lips right there. Thought he had the round winner. He allowed them to surge onto that site, and Mara, off the back of that loss,
Dude,
does
I have
call
a
a
fucking
tactical
thing
timeout.
digging into my back.
5 rounds, T-half barrage. You're gonna be happy with that. Crowd support rallying now.
Let's go FaZe clan, they're saying.
Yeah, but up against MongolZ, who, as we said on the way in, one of these two teams has been a consistent top 5 this season. And it ain't FaZe clan.
Yeah, you can't argue with the numbers.
Fine, bro.
7 out of 9 playoffs versus 4 out of 9.
Okay, to be honest, I did just take a nasal spray.
Who let that guy in there?
I just took a nasal spray, to be honest.
Quick tech issue.
Was that
Senzu
the
has to sort out his PC. So we'll
gorilla?
keep all the information regarding what's going on in game to an absolute minimum until we get back underway. Now definitely keeping Austin weird.
I love the energy, though. The energy is so good. I took a nasal spray, but dude, what? What? He's all the way up there?
The world is watching.
That is really high
Some
up.
people way past their bedtime. I wanted to see this clash of Titans and the Olympians.
That's
face
really
the old
high up.
gods.
What's up, dude? Own a pixel, bro. He's
There's
all
a
the
reason
way
there
up
isn't
there.
a single visible seat. That's because everyone is here to witness this
gotta
final
be careful,
quarterfinal
bro.
live from the Moody Center, Austin, Texas. If you're not here, what are you doing?
I don't have the money. What do you mean? What are you doing? I don't have the money,
back
bro.
in the server. And we're ready to get things underway. Lige, the only American. Crowd on his side, but here we go.
Guys, who's your favorite player right now?
This was off the back
Do you guys
of a
have a favorite
tactical
player
timeout,
that's
then they
playing
had
on the
tech to sit
field?
through. So what does Mara want them to open with? 9-10 using the spawn over towards ramp. On his teammate's head, looking for a pick. Nothing off it up. Frozen again. They continue to play him over towards A. And the fact that FaZe have only played this map once with Simple and Rain in the roster just allows Karrigan to have a lot of flexibility with his calling.
I don't know
with these
yet.
setups.
I don't know yet, but I
With
would
his
say
read of the
I
play.
like the name Kerrigan. Senzu is also a cool name. This guy's
I'm still
literally
down
named
at the back of the
910.
apartment, so no finish.
That's also a
for
cool
some
name.
time.
So I'm going for the
Slowly working through this map control.
Kinda the
FaZe are
aura
more than happy
names,
to
you
give
know.
it over. Ryan MongolZ to walk
who
in
are we
through
betting
top
on.
mid,
I was
underpass.
originally going to be cheering for
Again, the
FaZe.
second wave. They've
But
been able
now
to get
I've
away with
heard
this time
that
and time again. FaZe are happy to block,
Mongols, they haven't
happy to allow
won
their individuals
anything,
to go for multi
and they're
kills
really
as they
nice
push
and
through.
wholesome, apparently.
You can see the game plan there from Lige. He smokes in front, throws out the HE. Karrigan going to catch Senzu progressing. Now, in the meantime, there has been a boost. Maybe Lige is responsible for that. He's
careful.
playing it from the most passive of angles, just ensuring he can't slip into his teammates.
Guys, close the other
Gathering to
stream.
test this
Just
line,
watch
held by
mine.
Simple.
Trust me.
The Lige, oh, he wasn't ready. Blitz gives
It's
him a jump scare.
76%, damn.
No immediate movements. Actually, yes, Simple
they
turns,
come.
draws his attention away from
Huge
the Apps
gap.
walk. This is the gap, and they're already passing it.
He
Oh,
sees
no,
them,
he's
good
missed
comps
it.
though.
An opportunity, and he squandered it twice. Can't hit the third.
Ooh,
Mazinho just
that was
spins
kind of a
around to
fumble.
open up the round and close down the
That was a
site.
little
Have
bit
to
of a
save this
fumble.
one. It's going to be 6 now for MongolZ.
Wow, that frag from Blitz really disrupted the setup.
Yeah, you can see Simple just absolutely off kilter there.
He got caught
The
off
first one,
guard.
sure, gets the surprise as he lives back in. The second one, you think he has to get if there's any chance within that round win. So Simple. Yeah, well, who would have thought it? 2 years off
Yeah, how many days? 900?
since his last major playoff, yeah. I was back in Rio, the villain against Furia. We all know how that one ended. On the hunt
Guys,
right
I have
now,
no
if they can rip
water
these
or
away,
anything
it's
today. I'm
2,400
gonna drink
lost bonus into
yesterday's
the next.
water.
This will mean an absolute bucket load to MongolZ as far as what investment they're going up against. Fazinho undercleared, but the trade is there. Well done from 910. Frozen loses his rifle as well. So they lost
That is
absolutely
not very
everything there.
nice.
Wow, they could actually leave the first half of this
That is not very
quarterfinal
nice.
with a
Well,
lead
they have
on the
filtered home.
attacking
Yeah,
side.
Yeah,
but
we're
I
gonna
have
be
been
talking MP9s
busy
and Famouses,
all
and
day,
right now
bro.
it's looking very Famous heavy.
Karrigan is way at the top of the scoreboard right now for their first half.
And he's been doing a great job finding that resistance. Here it is from Simple's POV. The first, the mollies come in, the pathing's there.
Dude, the little
Back turn,
shade.
missed shots.
The little
Sight
shade.
lost.
Why you bully me?
Can they scrap together anything before we head into that halftime break?
That signature simple shake, you can see it's full body, not just in game. Okay, that's a lot of early territory gained by a liege.
Now, they did this to Mazinho earlier in the piece. And he's actually sat back, allowing them to take the space. Does Liege hang around, or does he need to hedge over and help his teammates elsewhere?
Yeah, 910, it does look like he's on the warpath here.
Oh, knows they can't have an AWP on the other side.
Yeah, he saw him though. Info.
Connects, and actually, yeah, Mazinho does go down. That was a FAMAS first in
It's
AK.
about the info. It's about the
Liege, that's a
info.
massive scalp. Frozen, evasive maneuvers.
I mean, I can't
Position
lie. I
noted
feel
by
like
the spread of the
everybody has
frame.
a reaction.
Wouldn't be the first 4v5 MongolZ convert.
You're
How do they
right.
get back into this one?
They have a FAMAS. There are 3 FAMAS on Team FaZe Clan right now. And you know what I say about the FAMAS, chap. The FAMAS, I would argue, is one of the best weapons in the entire game. And now my stream is not working. This is great.
It feels like a
Now it
lifetime
works
ago.
again.
Tough angle for Simple here.
The FAMAS is one of the greatest weapons
Catch him
in
off guard
all
on their
of
progressions.
Counter-Strike.
Yeah, Senzu just walk in, good find, Simple down. It's Karrigan under so much scrutiny, but Frozen hits the shot. 9-10 last. A USP can finish it all. FaZe to tie up this half. Dead
Yeah,
even. 6
see?
hits on the half. This quarterfinal has only just begun.
See? No, the FAMAS is good, chat. I would almost pick a FAMAS over an M4. Not really, but I kind of would. Yeah. USA, Europe. That doesn't really work. Guys, when is the grand final? Is that tomorrow? FaZe up, guys. FaZe up. FaZe up. FaZe up. They are simply ass. Okay. Sunday, 21:30 my time. Tomorrow is the semi-final. Okay. I feel like we should watch that too. But the thing is, these last for a few hours, right? I don't know how many hours I can handle streaming. So it's kind of difficult for me to start at... It's difficult for me to start at like 3 and play until 5 in the morning. Also, yeah, the mouse game yesterday was fucking insane. It was gnarly, bro. It was gnarly. It was such a crazy game. It was cinema. It was cinema. Best game so far in the major? Yeah. Who won the second one? That looks heavy as shit. Vitality won that one. Pain. Did Pain win it? Yeah, guys, I'm very torn about who I should cheer for. I'll talk about the yesterday game. Oh, wasn't that cute? A little hard for chat. Or for the guys.
First map, MongolZ electing to take it to Mirage.
It was not for
in
chat.
this
Well, it was for the chat in IRL chat. No, I do want to. I want to be for FaZe clan, right? Because I'm now a part of FaZe.
They're looking stable. They're
But
looking like
apparently,
they're going to make FaZe sweat,
MongolZ, they haven't won a single one.
Tomorrow.
I've never won the majors, so I low-key, I'm cheering for the underdog too, you know. But I also want FaZe to win.
In the playoffs, hostile crowd, and they've struggled in these environments all season long. Blitz to set the tone on this, straight up the guts.
His pistols are deadly. This guy's got aim. And he hasn't been able to put it on display. Nice tap and ouch! Instant goosh there, long range gloves. Look at them, both of them with their bell rung. Senzu and 910 limping back into the site.
Bomb rerouting right now. Karrigan calling the troops back. Oh, he's actually left the bomb in spawn, so just making sure there's no aggressions elsewhere as jewels are being taken all over the shop. Simple scoops that up. No util for the finish. Site actually fortified. Senzu from Ticket. Mazinho going to tuck in. 9-10, not too far away from jungle.
Yeah, there is a way this goes wrong in the 4-on-4, despite those 2 headshots being hit.
2 through Palace, 2 through ramp.
This is where Mazinho really needs one minimum. Look at that HP on that CT player. And no, they're not looking at him. He finds Karrigan, an immediate response.
That's not bad though.
Gets that trade. Important
That's not bad though.
Senzu, catches the
1v3.
Oh, Messi! Rain couldn't finish
nice
it.
Try though.
Both of them got dinked and both of them leave with a double kill. 910 and Senzu get MongolZ the split pistols on Mirage.
And
Rain is Norwegian.
Disadvantage that they're able to claw back there. Blitz goes down early, he gets a lot of information, but that's some beautiful shots being hit. Mazinho pokes out, grabs one, but these two just absolutely dismantling at range, and there's some impact as you see them getting fired
yeah,
up.
that's what I'm thinking of, boss.
Representing a region, a nation, all of Mongolia right now. I'll be tuning into this one.
What do you mean, Andy? Dude, me and my solo queuing Premier 5K rating stack, dude. If they just listen to me, they listen to my comms, we would be literally playing like
Let's see if they can keep all 5 alive. That's the stable start that they need up against FaZe.
Well, it started fantastically. Simple doing cartwheels with his Desert Eagle. Blitz the one to make him do some gymnastics involuntarily. And just the one consolation frag out of the Deagle of Rain. MongolZ flowing nicely here. Not all 5 alive, but you'll take 4. Or 3.
That's nice.
Let's see if it's 2.
Now he feels confident. He thinks he's gonna get a second one.
Oh, Mazinho. Yeah, you gave him a chance. Yeah. Gets spotted out. Swings on in for another Hail Mary.
It's MongolZ pick. What is the second map? What is FaZe's pick?
Not counting my chickens too early.
No, I don't want to play in the major.
Doing some convincing.
This is it, right? The fact that they're able to stabilize on this stage and be competitive. There's concerns of a blowout. Karrigan's opted in with a MAC-10. Does that tell us something direct, something pacey, something poppy? Well, as they head over towards B, it feels so. Techno, the supported piece of this team.
I think a lot of them bring their own.
Under scrutiny. Senzu on social. Came to his side, but right now might need to do so in the server from Cat. Techno, they're coming your way.
Yeah, he needs help. Eyes on the floor, tracking Karrigan, draws blood. A lethal trade, but here comes Senzu into the side, ready for the swing, and a lead already. Headshot provided, double
already.
kill.
I mean, it also is their pick.
Perfect defense. They come and knock in.
How?
They get sent back to spawn with nothing.
Techno does his job there, delays them, gets a kill, slows them for that rotation to get in, and then the teammate, they just absolutely maul. MongolZ with a 3-round lead.
Scripted overtime.
Down. Lost bonus, sure it's in play, but it feels like you have to take a partial. Right now, MongolZ, they are looking
the M4
like the
buff,
team
guys.
that we
The
see
M4
within
buff.
the group stages.
They are. There's no difference right now.
They're hitting shots. They're playing aggressive. They're not backing
M4
down.
buff.
They used to completely, I mean, it was a magic trick in itself. They would morph and change into a team we couldn't recognize.
And what a contrast. You go back just a couple of weeks in Dallas, they're in the arena, they're the fan favorites. People are chanting their name. You come into this
Papa
one, you're
is
up against a
down
Liege in the
forever,
FaZe
really?
jersey with
I
Simple.
think so.
And it's a whole different kettle of fish.
Careful, you got to be careful when you say his name, otherwise we can't hear ourselves for a moment.
Who?
Elige?
Well, they're going to need that support now.
Dorozea?
FaZe on the partial. Off the tack. What's the call? Tech9's Deagles. Cash of smokes being left for the A piece for Rain. Top cat lands, Simple, a stray bullet. Just applies presence.
Guys, I'm gonna try a little bit of nasal
9-10
spray.
ticket, Mazinho up close on the balcony. Senzu and Blitz dealing with middle. Techno on B again. Deep block smoke. Keep them at bay for a moment's time to allow that rotation, and even peppering through in case they want to pop. And they give up their position behind it.
I don't want to do it.
Look at that. Techno.
I don't want to do it.
Harassment.
Wow.
Nice nade. Some damage done there onto Frozen.
It is telling that he's pushed up, though. Will he back away?
It's all about Rain's utility. How much of a rotation will that draw? Does Senzu stick with Techno on the site? Likely to see Blitz leave and help the A site. But it's all going to be these B defenders. Techno and Senzu grouped up. Here's the fake. Perfect block.
Oh, it couldn't
They
be
have to
better.
come through.
It couldn't be better.
Senzu's rotating.
Techno, he's not buying it, but a bullet between his eyes puts him down, accelerating into the site.
I
Senzu,
would
the
have
next
bought
man,
it.
the next port of call, just misses his window
I
of
would have bought
opportunity.
it.
A couple of tabs to Carrigan, but he's still kicking. Blitz will progress. Nice distraction. Blitz removes Simple. Sidelined another. Carrigan important. Gets his.
This
3 on the
planted
side,
though,
make it
but
2.
I don't
Senzu sticking
know.
around and just knocking him down. Piece by piece, but Frozen stubborn. Hits the Deagle
My
headshot.
Norwegian brother.
Clock ticking in their favor. Spots out 9-10 up on his back, and it's only Frozen. He can't touch
Nice
him.
try.
Oh, Senzu
Nice
and 9-10
try.
right now are delivering. Blitz as well.
There's a couple of fans in here.
Couple of brave faces.
Well, especially when you consider that they may have witnessed playoff failings of MongolZ time after time, to be witnessing MongolZ find their stage legs at the culmination
I
of the
feel like they're
season.
not locked in, FaZe. They're
Analysts,
not
pundits,
locked
fans
in.
alike have been begging to see that Senzu group stage form in the playoffs. He stands at the top of the tables alongside
Maybe,
Blitz and
honestly,
9-10.
maybe.
Oh, that was a partial. It was a threatening round. The bomb went down, but
Maybe
still
they're
nothing for this
just-
T side of Carrigan just yet.
I don't know.
His team is now into the full
Fix
buy.
my
Simple
nose,
with the
please.
AWP
Yeah, I
out.
wish, bro.
Looking for
Do you
the
think I
elevation.
enjoy this?
Fine, but he's looking
Do you think I...
for
Hello?
Blitz. Has to be very careful. The more shots he pipes through, that opening could be punished. He's very low now. We'll have to back off. 5 bit of util damage will take him down. 9-10's AWP starting on Cat.
Same phase as the FaZe house. They're in the same org, but under different branches of the org. If that makes sense. With $1 million, I would solve
Figured now for an ace split.
allergies forever, dude.
Carrigan with the bomb towards ramp.
I
Frozen on
would-
side.
I
Window now
would
blocked.
Make sure
Cat will have
that
to follow. They've
nobody
done deep
ever
con.
has to
That's to
suffer from
facilitate a
allergies
Liege
again.
now to work through, get the key real estate. Senzu is the unknown piece on A. Blitz is low, and because of that, he's
Senzu.
also gambled with this site stack. They have 3 players to deal with this.
I feel like Simple's going to be responsible for just to hold 9-10. Might get AWP's clash here as they start their progression. Simple, 2 mines, realizes he has to stay locked on. 9-10 removes him. And that Senzu reveals his position. FaZe, empty hands. It's just Carrigan, dead man walking. Mazinho makes it so. And Rain, too little time. And held by the AWP. 9-10, impact from the short side.
This is a flawless CT side so far.
Look
5
at
consecutive
them, look
rounds,
at
2 of them being
them.
rifles. So taking care of business are the young guns, the MongolZ.
Look
and I
at
think
them.
Blitz getting put low on HP from window actually helped them late in the piece. He goes over towards A, he hides, and he's not even needed. But pivoted the post. Simple again goes down to 9-10.
So they're both in phase. It's
storming
just
away with
very
this one.
different branches of it. I believe.
On their phones, stunned.
The contrast.
Starting to get quiet out there as the reality of this setting in. Couple of rifles, have max loss bonus. They really need a plan, and they're trying to punish Techno again. He didn't pass it last time round.
Look at Carrigan go, just Tech 9 in hand. senzu, though, is ready. The flashes are good layering. Tucks in to get right. There's Techno, though. There's the defense once more. Rain, back of the head for one, but Techno this time passes the test. A+. Goes down to Frozen at the same time. Blitz was caught by the simple Deeg, so maybe there's more to this round after all. 910's position is noted. Simple will punch in the code. Frozen not looking.
Gets it from behind. Back shots, bro. You gotta be careful for the back shots.
And Frozen completely overlooked him.
Getting flatline right now. As touched upon, FaZe have only played this map once with Simple and Rain. Obviously, Dallas, that skull standing in, that doesn't count. The officials you're seeing with this roster are at the major and only at the major.
I guess we gotta wait until we see how they perform on
but going up against any team on this side of the bracket,
Anubis.
you have the pedigree, you have the class.
It was Anubis, right?
Right now, you
this
don't
is
have
the MongolZ map pick.
This is
we gotta
such
see
an incredible haul from MongolZ already. The question is whether they get into their heads right now at the finish line of the first map.
Anubis up next. That's going to be a really tough map for them. They were blown out in the match that FaZe won 2-0 to book them this spot. They changed it up in the veto. They didn't go into Ancient, they went into Mirage. That'll be our third and decider if we need it. But if you're MongolZ, you must have been expecting that Anubis pick to come through. How prepped and ready are you? And take a look at the change for the final round of play, potentially on this CT side. Double AWP, senzu, 910, bring them out.
Oof.
So they're going to be the winning recipe or the way to let FaZe back in. Hefty financial decision being made right now. Sure, it's leftover cash to work with for a follow-up round, but this could be a slippery slope.
This could be a perfect second half. One round is all they need.
It could be over really quickly.
To disrupt this walk if he dares.
I almost don't want.
And now he's been spotted. Good find.
I almost don't want to believe.
His hide. Pushing forward, and another one.
Boom! Senzu down.
Senzu brought down. Simple. His impact reverberates. FaZe with a two-man advantage. Can they really let this one slip? Elise doesn't think so.
Dude, the difference in the crowd is crazy.
Wide open now. Techno goes down to the flame from the grave. Karrigan takes one with him. And 910 peeks in.
They have money though.
It off with a quick flick.
They have money though.
21 MVP medals, 3-time
too
world
early
number
to
one,
celebrate.
major
It's
MVP,
too early.
major winner. He doesn't want to be off the stage quick. Sure. This is late in the piece. It's your first T-side round. But a comeback has to start somewhere.
They break their silence in the last possible moment.
Is that just a consolation round? Is that just a cosmetic round? Is that just something that you can throw in the highlight reels? Well,
that body recoil,
timeout call for MongolZ. One left in the chamber for Mara to call down the stretch. And that stretch can get real shaky if you lose this next one. You're already down to Techno and MP9.
What the hell?
910 gets back out the AWP. Rifles for the rest, you two there, kit in
or
play.
What the
but you lose this, 1900 loss. You will have to take the eco. At that point, FaZe can start whirring back into action.
What the chopper?
It's not over till it's over. Into the window from Elige. And away we go. Is this one going to have pace behind it?
Oof, Rain certainly thinks so. He's already getting a lot of ground.
They are playing aggressive, though. They want this mid control. They want it badly. AVP and con.
Backing his aim, isn't he?
Guy with an M4 and short.
So many possibilities.
He throws the smoke. Now they know where he low-key is at. Nades him, tries to.
They're ready for these
Tickles the feet a little bit. Not too much damage on them,
by
though.
that 910. Up close and personal sniper. Uncomfortable now, covered by Blitz. Oh, he's hit the shot somehow.
He has 12 HP.
Oh, he didn't try to trim his fingernails, tried to trim his toes.
Hey, put him in my mouth instead.
How did that not get the kill? Nice catch. What? 3 kills in simultaneous fashion. MongolZ disappear. Frozen fumbles. Mzinho. He was supposed to be a
though. They know there's one there. Probably one jungle.
I remember the finances on the line right now. They should save. They really don't have a right to be in this round. Sure, Mzinho gets that kill, deals with the lurk, but the round is essentially over. Those 3 kills come in, there's too many weaknesses.
They are retiring.
It looks like it's going miserable after that missed shot to the toes. Those steel caps, extra strong for 910. Have to hold on to these guns right now.
There was flashes, smokes, Molotovs, and 910 still hits this. Look at this. Let's see it from his POV. Bang! 12 HP on him. What an adjustment. And against Reign of all people.
Need to return to game for a moment. Carrigan is on the hunt for this. Remember, 1900 loss. If he takes away this collision course with 910
You're
now,
right.
The
might be
FaZe.
able to remove this. Bomb about to go off.
Carrigan clearing. 910 was holding.
Held on to the ult. That's a big save.
That was necessary. You've already highlighted the finances and the ramifications, but 8 for FaZe. 2 consecutive.
Guys,
So this next round won't be a walk
I think
in the
I've
park.
gone through
They will
like
have to work
probably
for this.
2 rolls of toilet paper
Gonna have
just
to
by like
identify
fucking blowing and wiping my
where
nose.
these saves reside. And AK, you know it's traditionally on the A defender, and it all, well, that's 910. Right now, MongolZ are thinking call the ambulance, but not for us, because just one
think
more
it's
round, they
actually
take us to map
crazy.
2. 1 to the good. Start 910's over towards B.
Yeah, very clear game planning going on here from MongolZ.
Zinho also going to start over towards Cat, so that's both of the weapons now identified head to head. It's simple! Lightning fast on the opener.
Early kill. Holy
He gives
shit.
FaZe exactly what they needed. Round 21, a saved orb, and he just finds it immediately.
Holy shit.
Nobody
Get
else is
that
gonna
ult
dare
back,
to
keep
use
it in
that.
play, Kit there as well.
No, they will. They
Forget
will.
about that. That's been scooped up. Mizinho.
They have 1 AK, a
That's
Deagle,
company through underpass and top
and an
mid.
AVP.
Doesn't move from his boosted position despite that flashbang. Rain's pathing implies he's ready.
Oh,
so ready.
that's a
Both
difficult
guns dealt with
angle
now.
to hold.
Yeah, they take the head off of him.
Wide
Now
angle.
don't forget there was a scavenged AWP blitz caught crossing into the site. It's Techno and it's Senzu.
Now they know it's CT.
Now the AWP fires off a shot. Now
They
they
know
know
it's
it's
CT.
occupied that CT position, and just piece
Yeah.
by piece they pull it across the
Boom.
line. 12 to 9.
Boom.
A late resurgence, MongolZ perhaps starting to waver in confidence.
Does
So it
Mara
would
want
be
to take
dull,
that last
bro.
tactical timeout now?
Here it is. Quick opener, 910. Just got his eye to the
See,
scope
he
and
also
he's
does
down.
a little
Yeah, those
shake.
frustrations are going to start to brew.
Great clear from Rain as well. Good understanding of the possibilities.
Is it gonna be overtime
Get on
though? What
Mizinho
do we
this
think,
time,
chat?
89
Is it
for
gonna be
him.
overtime?
Rifles for the rest. No AWP for 910.
We got an aggressor, and Simple. Oh, he's missed it. He knows what's up. No scope required. Oh, no, a disaster for Simple. 910 just runs up the guts, and it looks like he's put them to bed.
Dude, nah, the
9-10.
game is
talisman
broken, guys.
of the
Tell,
Mongols.
What a
tell
gut
them to
punch.
fix their game.
What a way to drop the map.
He's hamstrung him there. How do you not get into your head when you lose a round like that? And it's a round for the map. He wants to finish it with the knife. Slashing in the smoke. Carrigan goes down. Mongols take that one.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall, and the more it means.
The bigger
for
they are, the
Mongols.
bigger
This
they
is only
are.
one map, but this is where they've struggled all season long.
It happens,
The
bro.
other
It
side of that
happens.
sofa stands FaZe Clan. That one's in the bag.
It happens, chat.
Even with a crowd of 10,000 screaming against you, the Mongols do not crumble. That was an entertaining, that was a very chaotic, very messy game
I
of
think
Counter-Strike.
Anubis is
But yeah,
probably
the
gonna
Mongols
be
surviving the first
crazy.
test versus FaZe Maui.
What was most
my
impressive is that they were able to
prediction.
recover from a hot start
It's
from
my
FaZe. I mean,
prediction.
Kerrigan at the very beginning of that was blistering. I mean, the shots that he was hitting, the way that he was just willing FaZe into some
Good
of those
job,
rounds.
guys.
But
Very
MongolZ,
well
they
played.
steadied their nerves. They were able to follow their game plan out, and that defense was impenetrable.
Yeah, it really was, and I'm with you because when I'm watching that score and like the early going, the first 5 rounds, I'm like, oh god,
Why
this
is he,
is gonna
like,
get bad.
holding
Please not
on
again,
to him,
Mongols.
though?
And then but you know, it's kind of funny. Like both the in-game leaders were the ones popping off in this start. Like Blitz was leading the way for the Mongols, Kerrigan was leading the way for the FaZe. It's like those two specifically, the leadership figures came in with their heads
Blitz.
locked on and ready to party, and they had to kind of
Kerrigan.
wait for everyone else to kind of you know get acclimated to that sort of attitude that they needed to have. I'll say this too: he didn't end with a great scoreline, Senzu, but towards the end, he had some very impactful rounds, which is exactly what we wanted to see out of Senzu and Mongol.
100%. Just looking at the two in-game leaders side of the equation, though, it's an apt point to bring up because it's not necessarily the two individuals that we expect when we're looking on both sides of the server, right?
Without a doubt. The fact that that Kerrigan was
Dude, I feel like I
imposing
could
himself
play like
from
this,
short.
dude. I could play like
That's
this.
not something that's going to last a whole half, okay?
My
I
teammates
don't know
just
what
listen to
possessed
me,
him
dude.
other than really the crowd just emboldening him. And I
How many
thought,
kills?
oh no,
Damn.
here we go. FaZe Clan, the
ADR
occult
91?
magic that reawakening Simple is somehow rearing its head again. But yeah, things cooled off a bit. I mean, I feel like there was a regression to the mean.
I actually do expect Kerrigan to come out like that in most of these games. I feel like it's something he does frequently. I just don't expect him to be as successful with it as he was today.
Right.
A lot of times it's like this one kill here, and the next time he still has that same level of aggression and
this is not
assertiveness, but it's more to
English
create
either, by
space
the
for the guy
way.
coming behind him. Here he's just killing everyone. Blitz doing the same thing on the other side.
It's
Those two guys,
Arabic.
the leaders, had a great start to this map.
Did you see any kind of key adaptations that the Mongols did? You know, you highlighting the impressive nature of the fact that FaZe, they had a great start. It would have been,
Hey,
totally understandable for
guys,
the Mongols
I'm
to
right
get run
here.
over in that situation, but they didn't. Was there any kind of key turning point for you?
The keyest turning point was switching halves. I mean, I feel like that's got to be one, but we've got round 6. We
I feel
got
like
one where
everybody's
really,
trying to
this
aura
wasn't to me
farm.
really an adaptation. It was almost just a stroke of good luck, and it also kind of preys on the deficiencies in FaZe's play in terms of teamwork, because you have a 5-on-3 advantage, and it feels like this is unlosable, that there's no chance you're going to keep Mongols in the dirt, but okay, a little bit of
Well, do you want me
overpeaking
to
from
commentate
people
like that
Alish.
woman?
You know,
No.
isolated fights on the side of FaZe Clan, and that's really why we love FaZe Clan, but it's also what bites them in the butt the
I want
most
to be
often.
an internet
Yeah,
bomb.
and I mean, this is just a great round. I know you mentioned it, at one point right before this game went live, is having some of the other guys on the team kind
Dude,
of
the
bring
VIP
up
chat's
someone like
gonna go
Senzu, who
crazy,
struggled
bro.
the most on these big stages, having guys like 910, having guys
It's
like
gonna
Techno.
go crazy.
That had to have been a sick round for Mongols. Like when you hit those deagle shots, that changes the energy in that team immediately, and they just kind of picked up and ran with it.
That's the thing, when we switch into the second half as well, that's where Mongols really go on that just crazy streak on the CT side. You got round
They
number
played
15. What was
crazy
key
good.
from this one?
Just textbook play. The fact
Really
that
well.
the Mongols are able to immediately read that there is a B hit afoot, that Techno drops the key piece of utility. I don't know if he meant for this Molotov to land underneath window in the way that it did. Like the trajectory that this bounces at seems
you
incredibly
serious,
fortunate.
dude?
Like it lands at the feet of Kerrigan there. That's actually his Molotov.
That's actually not intended whatsoever.
I don't think so, but either way, the rotation comes in. Blitz is able to quell the fight towards middle, and everybody's just rotated into position perfectly for the Mongols.
Are
Great
you
protocols,
serious?
great anchoring from Techno there on the defense too.
Yeah, and that Molotov is just the cherry on top. Because I think that just misthrown and it just went out the window and landed in the perfect place.
Guys,
but I mean, their defense
guys,
was rock
let
solid,
me
and that's
say
where I saw the
something
most
that's
out of
gonna
Senzu.
blow your
Like,
mind.
I'm latching onto that because he
In
was the guy kind
order
of watching.
to
It's
bring
like, he's the one
somebody
it feels like.
up,
Remember, he had that
you don't
record-breaking
have
or
to bring
record-setting
anybody
performance back in
else
stage
down.
3, and now
That's
you're kind of
crazy.
scared he's going to drift
That's
away.
crazy.
And he was
I
quiet at the
know.
start, so you could see some
You
of the
could
struggles are
say,
still there. They're still not
yo,
quite over
I
everything,
love
especially
this
as we said,
stream.
with this
I
crowd being so
love
firmly
this
behind
stream.
FaZe,
It's really
it makes
fun.
the job of Mongols 10 times
And
harder.
then
But
you
the fact that
just end
Senzu
it
on the
there.
CT
You
side
don't need
is able
to,
to have these
you
impactful
know,
rounds, shut down these hits.
be mean to
These stop
anybody
FaZe from
else.
ever getting started in the map.
I just have to raise the question, are soundproof headphones getting too good? Like, he needs to hear more
I wanna
of the
put my
audience
friends
there,
down, yeah, but
because
we're not
that was
friends,
unlike what
so
I've
you
seen
can
from
go
Senzu in
fuck
terms
yourself.
of, especially, I mean, yeah, he ends with a 13-13 scoreline, but the crispness in some of the mechanics that he
Yes.
displayed, especially early on that T side, like the double entry he had from short, I was like, oh God, he's
Solid,
here, he's
yeah.
here. You better watch out, FaZe.
To round out the conversation about individuals from Mongols, 910, where would you kind of rate his form in terms of the AWPing department in this map?
Other than
think
losing
so,
the
by the way.
single head-to-head with Simple, where he had the hero op, he did a great job. I feel like 910, I mean, he was able to even defeat Simple when he had a deagle earlier in the round.
wonder what
but
the
in terms of
headsets
just
are.
offing, mostly on the CT side, a little bit on the T side, I feel like he was rock steady for a lot of what they needed him to do.
Yeah, he was, and he doesn't have to do too much. And I think actually, if you're 910, I almost coming into this, if you're the Mongols, I'd almost tell him to like not try and do anything super crazy. Like you want him to be confident and make his plays and take his moments. But you know, this team on FaZe, super aggressive players, a really sharp opera and Simple as well, who all absolutely bodied Mongols the last time they played. I think if you're 910, you play more
I'm
like almost like a game
licensed, yes, I
management style
got
with
the
the op, and
permission,
like you just
bro.
seize your
I would not be
opportunities when they
streaming
come.
this if
Just
I
to
did
like
not
look
have
at
the
the
permissions to watch this.
wider field of competition and the AWPers remaining in the tournament thus far. Obviously, Zyru is in the
ADR
zone, but then you've got like MongolZ, you've got
101?
Torzi as well, really trying to break through into that top
What?
five, top 3 conversation.
Is that even
Where does
possible?
910 sit amongst that when you've also got Simple waiting on the
With
other
the
side
ones
too?
left, I'd put him at 3.
Okay.
I'd have Zywu, I'd have Torji, and then I'd have 910.
It's very difficult for me to argue argue against that. For what they've done in this year so far, I don't think that there's really enough of a case for Simple. Sure, this event thus far has been outstanding, but the body of work from 9-10, even all the way back at Yala Compass last year, like he's the reason that the Mongols were put on the map. He won the MVP of that tournament, one of the few players on the Mongols to have won an MVP.
Do they allow other people in call with you?
I feel like
don't know.
the stability that we've gotten from him for the last even 12 months has been a reason that the Mongols has consistently stayed in that top 5 level in the world.
He has takeover potential with the AWP as well. Like he
I
has
don't
games
know,
that he
these
can take
former
over.
pros,
It doesn't
I
need
think
to
these
happen
are
every
just
single game.
commentators, no?
I think the consistency is the big thing, especially with Alpers in today's Counter-Strike. Like give me your 12 to 15 every single game. Give me 25 once in a while. That's cool. But you know, more than anything, just be sharp and hit the shots you have to.
I think that's kind of my overall takeaway about the Mongols coming out of this first map, right? Because you were really praising them for the consistency that they've shown basically throughout, you know, the past year, I'd say. Once they kind of broke through the stage nerves, if you'd even give them that, I was ready to give them a free pass here and go, hey, you're literally having to go up against a crowd of 10,000 against you. The fact that they didn't crumble, I love this as a look for the Mongols.
So much credit for the growth of what the Mongols have become in terms of a team that you can't take lightly at any stage of the tournament. I mean, they've taken maps off of the best teams in the world at this point. They haven't punched through in terms of arenas. Like, so far in arenas in their career, they've only actually won 3 series total. They've beaten Aurora twice, and they beat Liquid once. So it's not really the greatest pedigree in terms of achievements at this level or with an audience roaring at you. But if they're able to get this one, it's a huge feather in their cap.
And we heard from all the Asian teams to the various stages of the major as well. The biggest obstacle, like Lin Vision, Tai Lu, when they got eliminated, was the mental game. We need to get stronger mentality. I'll tell you what, Mongols are getting a lesson in it right now. If they can pass this test,
well,
like
this one
that
works, so
mentality
why
is going
would
to
I
be
not use this
ironclad
one?
because this entire place is against them. And somehow, between the crowd, between Simple, between the conversation about FaZe, it feels like everyone's talking about this game as if Mongols are the underdogs, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy the aura that the crowd has just given us on this particular game. Tell me where this leaves you in terms of the takeaways for FaZe coming off this map. Sure, we didn't really know exactly how Mirage was looking for them in the grand scheme of things. Do you think this is going to have any effects moving on to Anubis, which is a bit more of a known quantity, I guess, for FaZe?
In the words of Zontix, in his post-game interview with
Dude, the height
after map
difference
1
is
of
kind
them
of
winning
crazy,
in crazy
no? Between
triple
all of
overtime
them.
versus Mouse, objectively, it does not matter what happens on map 1. I honestly think that FaZe kind of felt like they had a hot start there. They're the ones that are probably lightly reeling. I feel like in a weird way, even though in my eyes they're kind of underdogs. Like they're not supposed to be the better team, but they feel like the pressure's on them. And unfortunately, I feel like Elige really isn't used to being this hometown favorite. Like he had a really hard time finding himself in that game. So I want to just see him show something on Anubis because he was a reason, along with Simple, that there was really something to say about the Anubis last time.
Well, we do have to wait until the other side of this break to find out exactly what is going to be going down on FaZe's chosen ground. That's Anubis after this short one.
I can't decide, bro. I can't decide who I should be rooting for.
This new generation, I can't. Back in my days, you stop and then you shoot. Not like now. Now, that time, I have those teenagers. Fucking Mercedes picking me. I'm spamming crouch, dodging bullets like Neo.
Mercedes peeking me? What does that mean?
What happened to good old positioning Counter-Strike? This is not the same. Holding an angle? Huh? Now they're doing some tic-tac dances, whatever. What is this? In 1.6, so much.
Dude, you're just old, bro.
Just don't kid, bro. And what happened with my smokes? Before I was hiding in them, now they're breaking. What the fuck is this? Imagine them like 5 years ago preparing without PC, not playing a FaZe. They're doing preparation, what map, what massage and stuff like this, and we are just talking about like what stage
they're getting massage?
Now, they're taking this coach, a second coach, nutritionist, therapist. The last one is actually not bad. I will take one.
I think you should have at least 2 therapists if you play Counter-Strike, especially professional, because you gotta be playing a lot of hours of Counter-Strike. That is gonna leave you with some really, really detrimental mental scars. It's gonna leave you really scarred mentally. I think you should have at least 2 therapists. That's pretty wise. That's pretty wise. I should do that. Well, they don't get your teammates. Maybe that's true. Maybe that is true. No, come back. Guys, I give up. I give up. This chat is pissing me off. Guys, do you think this is real time? Guys, do you think this is like real time? Do you think this is like real time? Or is it pre-recorded? I think it's pre-recorded, really? They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that.
The energy is absolutely crazy. The crowd is going wild. I had to grab myself a FaZe fan in here.
FaZe out, baby! FaZe up, baby!
FaZe up!
What is this like right now in here? How good does this feel?
It's just wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Let's go! Absolutely love it. Simple. Everybody. Elish, the hero. It's just amazing.
Austin, you have been an absolute treat tonight. Would you like to hear some very exciting news?
These are the two Danish guys.
Okay, because Blast have a treat in store for you guys. You've been such an amazing crowd that they're going to be returning to Texas next year. Oh yes,
Mr. Beast
Arena in full
giveaway
for the Rivals Finals, announced here first, May 1st rather to May 3rd. So you guys best get your tickets fast. You have been absolutely amazing in here. But we do have another game to be getting underway, or another map rather, to be getting underway. FaZe, MongolZ, Anubis, a bit more of a known quantity for FaZe. Is there hope for this crowd that we might get a third map?
Of
I
course.
want to say yes, but I haven't
Never
seen much
give
from
up
FaZe
hope.
fans so far. A lot of weakness have been shown so far. Elise didn't have a great game on Mirage. Simple stepped up later in the stages, but also missed a couple of misses, you know, where he should have hit it, where he should have done better. So I'm a little worried, Peter. I know FaZe Clan, they played well against the MongolZ on Anubis in the group stage, but so far during the playoff right here, and from what I've seen tonight, I'm not really feeling
Whatever
it.
visit Texas, sure.
And the one showing up the most has been Kerrigan, and this game
not,
has so
dude.
far been
I would
the
go
battle
to
of the
freaking
leaders, and
Ohio,
Kerrigan has
bro.
been tremendous in the way the FaZe has been playing, but obviously it wasn't enough. You know, he needs a lot more for his individuals to get the game going. He has done everything that he can, but he's been needing Elise to step up. He needs Simple to go in and hit more shots. There's a lot of things they need to do better to come into this game.
I agree, and I hope this man on your screen will free up all the individuals he has within his team. We haven't even spoken about Frozen, the most consistent player within FaZe Clan. I would like to see a bit more from him as well, but at the end of the day, you speak Anubis, let's get particular.
No, Anubis, one of my favorite maps too.
That's where he's gonna fight, that's where he's gonna be aggressive. He's working a lot together
Anubis
with
is a
Simple
difficult
in the
map
mid
though.
portion of the map. If they can get it going,
it is a difficult map, but they are also pros at the game, so surely they know what they're doing.
In order to make this game competitive, but we also got to
surely they know what they're
doing. The way they play
right?
on Mirage, the level they've showcased so far, we need to see more from FaZe if they should match that.
Was there anything you could take away from that Mirage performance from the MongolZ, right? Because yeah, hot start for FaZe, they were really rough out the gates, right? Anything impressive about how MongolZ answered back there?
Like the MongolZ just constantly showcase how good they are mechanically. I mean, that is what they showed up. You know, they stood off the battle of the crowd coming in and supporting the way FaZe Clan has been playing. You know, and we're now in a position where the MongolZ know that they've overcome this, and now they're not going to move into like a certain area where FaZe Clan actually feel very comfortable. So they need to keep this one going. But obviously the mechanical
what do you think they're doing on their screens right now?
Really good at playing the reactive game. We saw
Blitz having a good game. Some aimbots.
To play well, and that is why I think it's going to be important for FaZe Clan as well to have Kerrigan play the way he does, because the way that he can lead his troop into Anubis is going to be very instrumental. He's going to be making all these very it identically calls the Kerrigan knows he's good at making the small fake, and this is specifically a map where he can actually dictate the game.
Sort of hot take, I want Kerrigan to bottom frag, because if he's not bottom fragging, FaZe is not working out. You want to see Simple on the top of the scoreboard. You want to see Elise, you want to see Frozen. You do not want to see Kerrigan top fragging. It's not supposed to be him sitting with 17 kills while Elise have 6. So at the end of the day, as much as I appreciate Kerrigan playing well, I want to see him at the bottom of the scoreboard, because that most likely will mean that there's a good chance that Simple and Elise have been activated.
Just sounds like you're praying on another Dane's down for Jacob. SMH. We've obviously seen this map go down between these two opponents already once. That was back in stage 3. Went very handily in the side of FaZe. We're going to be seeing Mongol starting on the T side yet again. They were only able to get 2 rounds last time around. You've got to have a quicker start if you're beginning on that more favored side, right?
Yeah. Like you have to, you know, I've never really been the biggest fan of the Anubis map.
I
Obviously,
the
whole T side is always where you're going to make the majority of rounds because that's where you can dictate and that's where you can play with the rotations. That is where you can actually have a better impact. And finding the solution on the CD side is going to be the very hard part of the map. And, you know, we've talked about the map being more like figured out, and the way that FaZe can actually approach this map, that they want to play aggressive. And I think that is also what the FaZe needs to do. They need to go out and play on their strengths, play on the individuals, get things going.
It's like when people tell me is to blow my nose, dude. It doesn't do anything for me. I will just have a stuffed nose like 10 seconds later. There's no point in blowing my nose.
We got a battle here between the MongolZ fans and the FaZe fans. I want to find out who's the loudest in here. But right now, you guys are a bit outnumbered in the arena. How is it in there?
It's okay. We can manage that.
You can manage that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
There's a hell of a lot more FaZe fans, and you still couldn't even encourage your team to win. That's not a good sign.
Well, momentum is not a real thing, but I think I think our crowd's going to get them going, and I think it's going to hype them up. Win Anubis. We wanted map 3 anyway. We want the cinema, and hey, we're just taking the long route.
Cinema.
All right, well, let's see which of you can be louder here. MongolZ fans, make some noise. Woo! FaZe fans, let's go. FaZe!
Yeah! You have got the arena right behind you guys. I am curious to see exactly where the odds are sliding with this one, considering they were favoring FaZe coming into it. Maybe that has changed coming into map number 2. It has quite handily, Jacob. Do you agree?
I think that's a fair assessment. So far, the MongolZ have looked like the better team. It's fair to say that FaZe haven't shown up yet. However, the crowd have, and I think they need them right now. Karrigan and the boys from FaZe, they will have to show much more on map 2 if they want to stay alive.
Yeah, potentially last chance saloon for FaZe Clan. Is it all over on the grounds of Anubis?
If history is anything of an indicator, I suspect we might need 3. Is this really where it ends, though? Austin, is this where FaZe Clan ends? Is this where their major ends?
Who knows?
Does that mean we need a 3rd map? Well, we'll have to find out. Anubis, do or die. Does the dream end here in the quarterfinals for FaZe and become a reality for MongolZ, or do we go again?
Go again. Go again. Guys, shut up about what I should do to cure my fucking allergies, bro. You can't cure allergies.
MongolZ a map away from a semi-final at the major.
You can't do it.
Oscar's control, but Senzu quickly in towards.
Guys, I've learned something from many hours playing on Anubis.
Knock on the door.
Oh wow, Rain continues to
you gotta have water control.
On the A site.
Only 2 on B.
If you can control water, you can control the entire game.
Smoking a flash. Where's the
Right, they should be able to get in here unless Karrigan hits his first. Will be smoked off. What's his response? He's got himself a HE cock, frozen to be set up for glory. Spam through the smoke. It does hurt him. Forced away.
Dark Knight takes the tier 1.
Blitz trying to punch in that code, and it's not going to be stopped instead. It's 9-10 with an
I'll
equalizer.
take all the
Rain
other
trying to close
subs
that
later.
gap from A. Another one. P250 versus Julies. Oh, but Karrigan is frozen.
3v2.
Turn the tide of battle. A headshot found. Run down. Frozen hits it, and that is the round. A CT pistol goes FaZe's way to start.
Good start. Good start.
Look at pick up where they left off. Back in
Banshee 7, thank you for the 2 months. Rajin X God, thank you for the tier 1. J 1740 BM, thank you for the 6 months. And then Dark Knight, of course, thank you.
5 times, this is the 6th they've won it.
Coaching arc, I've always said I'm the strategist.
The Turks being the only one in that L column. That's a great start. Convincing pistol, bomb does go down, facilitates the force. Couple of Galils, Deagle, Tech 9, smattering of util.
Dude, there's no point in saying that they
believe Simple's elected to take the alligator route.
Or they
it's
won't
such a high stakes affair.
Hey, farm out that cash for the AWP. Shallow mid smoke.
Easy
mid brave through right now. You can take your time if you're the MongolZ. Still minute
holding it with a
Oh, that's a nice late nade. It just
that's
perfectly arrives.
Oh!
Little shallow. Not as deep as
That's
he
a
would have
great.
liked.
I did not know you
Lead
could
also
do
making it
that.
towards A. Still staunch. Flash comes over. Bullets spammed.
I'm gonna try that one next time.
A deep incendiary to hold them at bay. Now they're going to turn their attention towards middle. So smoke has faded. Inherent T-side bias. That's touching upon just the lack of T-side rounds MongolZ got last time. 2.
They're
That ain't gonna cut
pushing
it.
down mid.
Lige could
He
get
is
mollied out of position.
faking A, it looks like. Or maybe
Lige
trying
has a
to put
decision
pressure
to make
on
and elects
them.
for a more defensive option.
They're trying
They
to
want to accelerate. They're testing them. Rain under scrutiny. Goes down. It's a Lige to step up for one. Simple. This is not the weapon for this kind of fight, but he's got blitz.
Yeah!
Senzu thrust into a clutch.
Can take a breath. Time for this. 40
That's
seconds.
not
Needs
bad,
to
though.
find that bomb.
Finds the M4.
That's
Needs
good.
to reload. Audible on that nade. Not far off. Softens him up.
77 HP.
Closing the gap is Carrigan. Oh, long range.
Doesn't matter.
MP9, and he still controls it.
All right, quite a few casualties taken there, but the bomb doesn't go down. Should be the eco now. But this is how Mirage started.
Great start on Mirage.
No way Simple's not
Got
getting that
some
kill.
really nice
That
strategies.
wasn't
and
so
stuff.
guaranteed. He's done well there. He repositions forward. Blitz knows there was a shotgun main, but wasn't ready for him to be so much in his face. The sole American representative.
Who am I supporting? I
with
don't
his
know.
first frag.
Everyone's gonna get out the
I
deagles
think I'm
right now.
supporting FaZe, I think.
Lurk smoke thrown, Elise on the jump spot, and at least gets a lick of info.
Rain's been holding this A main in a very aggressive way, and it's because he backs his aim.
Nice.
Techno slipping through the smoke. And
That
a
was a
jump
late
scare.
reaction.
Elise wasn't ready.
He's
And
showing
Carrigan
his
nearly went
age.
down as well. Saved by Frozen.
I don't know how old
Had
that
he
man
doubled
is,
up
to be
there,
honest.
the site would have been really under scrutiny.
Yeah, moment of chaos there for FaZe, but now it
Still.
calms down. And no over-rotation, everybody chill, let's go back, let's plug these gaps. So, Rain
I
deal
would
with A,
even I
Simple
would have
middle, the other two
reacted
currently
quicker than
marked
that.
on B. Simple, if he oversteps the mark there, it does open you another avenue back in.
Gentle, quiet peaks.
And there's no rush if you're the MongolZ. Just need to go down to make sure you get that loss bonus. But if you can take another kill, do some damage, get the bomb down, that'll be a massive bonus. Simple continues to call
They are
mid clear. That
trying
information
to
keeps the
pressure them
extremities
on B.
ready and raring.
Walks through.
Boom, nice reaction. That's what we want to see.
Carrigan receives him.
They already knew that he was playing over towards Con. But Frozen's here as well. Should be able to sweep this one under the rug. Frozen and Carrigan now both ready and raring.
Nice.
And, well, just the final frag. Going to be dealt
Nice.
with. Neat, tidy. And they tuck in that third round secure.
That's very nice. They are
No AWP.
really
Oh, no,
strong
I say no AWP. I tell a lie.
CT-sided, it seems
Look
like.
out for Simple now.
Makes me wonder how they're gonna
Off
do
at 9-10.
T-side.
Yeah, 0 deaths for Frozen facilitates.
The passion.
First full buy of the game now for the MongolZ. Let's see if they can start getting underway. Sure. Lose the pistol, lose the force, lose the eco. You lose this one. 4 rounds in the CT half already. Nightmare fuel.
Expecting the knife. You gotta do that though. You gotta do that.
Bottom map control comes for free on Anubis. But waiting out that CT utility, making sure there's
They're
no
not
aggressive
playing it
maneuvers. Keep them
super
canned.
aggressive though,
Ooh.
FaZe. They're playing it
That's a
very,
fumble right there.
very carefully, I would say. Very calculated.
Forces the rotate in towards B. Simple and Elise both
They are
rerouting.
trying to enter. They are trying to enter B. Just true.
Carrigan postures anti-flash. Anticipating more of those Techno smoke plays. Oh no, he wants to go fighting and Techno receives him. Good catch, good pick off, a gift for
Nice
the MongolZ.
nade.
But that's information. That's
Little bit of
the
damage.
V-Lurk's still outside of the site, so they haven't just completely given
They
up.
have
As Blitz
anybody
now
holding
announces his
con?
presence into middle.
What is that smoke?
And they've had a couple of fumbles
What
there with
is
the
that?
util.
Can Blitz use it though? He certainly thinks he can.
Simple. It's noisy. Yeah, definitely.
He
so.
hears
Blitz
him
is hearing this.
probably. He hears him.
Blitz, he's going to sideline
They
them.
know there's a gap. This is a crazy play to make it an arena.
It certainly is. Frozen seems aware.
Uh-oh.
Walking into that sideline, Elise ready to. That's the
Yeah.
fight. Elise will win it.
And here they come,
Accelerating
trying to
goal.
get a
Elise is
follow-up
gone.
kill.
Still
It's
in
not
front of Techno.
quite
Frozen
going to
low,
work.
but lower by
Molotov
Techno.
off
Nice shot.
in con.
Simple re-aggressing. He's not ready
He
for the
played it
Senzu
really
headshot
aggressive.
rain. Known to play on A. survives the passing gaze of Senzu, closing that gap.
I don't think they truly know where he is, though.
The rain is right behind him!
Oh, fumble.
His screen and leaves with
They're
neither.
fumbling.
Winnable round there.
He could have had that. That was a dream scenario.
It's a crazy flank to
Hey,
make.
Lucy.
You know the crowd is going to surge. They're against you. That energy's going to be in the room. You're already knowing that there's a gap.
Dream
Can't get
scenario.
anything done. Gets pipped at the post.
So
The
this
lead
is
burns
second
down.
lap.
This for Rain. He thought he finished his meal. Thought he could already track towards that second target. So first rifle round converted.
10,000 people face to palm in unison.
Money right now for FaZe. It's already starting to get worked through.
They all hit the oh no pose.
Smoke, lurk, blocked.
Does that change the call? Because it is just a bit of an all-in here.
Still going to back
All he
their
has
aim.
is a deagle.
This is not an easy side to defend with
Simple
two of you
with the
versus
shotgun.
5.
We got 2 M4s.
Carrigan.
3 M4s.
Oh, he gets 2! Oh, and the damage is there as well. Frozen doesn't find
Great
the lethality
damage.
he needed. Simple, not the weapon for a retake, but could fight well into Con. He's gonna push through. He's gonna push
Yeah,
in. The
dude.
Scared.
No!
Dug to the back of the side. Blitz with double kill in defense of this bomb. Simple recovers the M4 and he can recover the round. Low HP. Senzu.
Ah, he got nervous. He got
Stands his
nervous.
ground with 4 HP.
He ain't scared of you.
And he
Sticks to
does
the fight,
not-
takes the jewel, converts the round, and ruins the money for FaZe.
He doesn't succumb to the pressure. He had 4 HP for both of those last kills. Blitz first steps up and saves them. That was the damage from Frozen. This is great from Blitz. What an adjustment onto Elige. Oh,
No, they played that
wow.
well.
All right, well, it will be the eco. Deagle,
That's humbled
5-7.
them.
3 USPs.
Why did not throw that molly?
We
Well,
should
I
be able to
didn't
tie
know
things
where
up
he
3-3.
was.
Same on Mirage, where Senzu had a really
Throwing,
impactful
like
moment.
pulling out a molly
That
when you
double
don't know
kill
where the
coming up
enemy
short in
is.
towards
It's
the
kind of
B
like,
split.
it's kind of
Dominance
like,
tumbling. They win this
there's
round,
a
they've got
high
more than
chance
they
you
did
get
last
caught
time,
with your
MongolZ.
pants
This
down,
is
you know?
scary, but deals with the Liege, no dramas.
A one-man means
There's been a lot of that so far for the MongolZ, and really 6 rounds deep.
I mean, it's tantalizingly close, isn't it? When you pick up that first map, major
Sorry guys,
quarterfinal.
I thought it was funny that he messed up the Molotov
And
because I
it's a
do
very
that
winnable
also all
game.
the time. Maybe
This
we
side
are
of the
really
bracket
alike.
was meant to be all phases. That's by the namesake. That's by the players in the server.
Maybe honestly, maybe I could be
Wanna
on
get
that
past.
team.
But not in a rush, taking their time, using their supremacy as far as the Uto is concerned, and executing in towards A. There's 3 here.
A small glimmer of hope for
At
FaZe,
least-
perhaps.
wait.
Especially with the missed molly on site. Frozen's
Another one.
allowed to tuck. Yeah, the mollies are not landing, but the bullets are. No problem.
Yep.
3-3, all tied up.
Uh-oh. Nice of done.
This tournament is
This
in
is
part
the
brought to you
last
by
one,
Nova Wallet.
right?
Buy and sell team tokens like a stock market and watch your predictions play out in real time.
All right, guns back out, and Simple is sticking to this auto shotgun. He is staying
Bizarre.
with the
Like,
alligator
there's
round and
nobody
round again.
playing
He's
off the
making it
FaZe
work.
of
He's getting some
Mongol,
kills.
is it?
It's good. I mean, it's a great weapon for Con. Make no mistake, up close, perfect weapon, but you're not taking any deep lines with that.
Just not enough money for him to get an AWP, so opting for something a little bit different. Shotgun on the major
3v3.
stage.
Major stage.
And not being memed upon.
After over 900 days away from the playoffs in the majors, Simple now burnt out, forced into a fight. He can't win. Not at
Don't.
this range. Senzu cautious. He's actually waited it out. They're
Don't.
just scared of him.
No, he's not scared.
Gets
He's
away
methodical.
with his life after that. Senzu now closing the gap. Oh, Simple. A dangerous game being played, open to main, but smokes and blocks.
Okay, so there's the pressure, forcing it out. That's exactly what we want. The seesaw between Connector and A main.
Why does he have a shotgun everyone?
Flash
Because he
through middle,
plays
might catch blitz.
the close
They're doing this
corners.
alone.
He's ahead of it. He's ahead of
A
it.
lot. Yeah, they're just
They don't
pushing
know,
out.
they don't know.
Oh, it's a jump scare. A's not ready. An important trade.
But you assume A's open.
You
Rain's
would.
the A defender. There was 3 in him towards middle. Mazinho can't make the move on his own.
Especially with that block smoke still down, they just threw that to
He's
progress.
got to make it on his own.
Util will affirm their suspicions. Elige and Frozen. A bomb site to be defended, and Elige is running away. They're not buying it. Frozen is alone here.
That's it for the U2. MongolZ yet to plant. Gonna start fading soon.
Oh, they're jumping up. Zinho flirting with the idea of jumping into the heaven smoke as the bomb goes down. 4-on-4 favors that post plant, but now Senzu goes wide, traded by Elige. Important, but Mazinho lives on. Back of the side, can't take
Got a
the
lot of
spray,
damage
and
though.
a shotgun retake.
Nice try.
It's not gonna
Nice
happen.
try.
Didn't rush that one. I'm surprised they took so long on their way in because the U2 fades.
Nice try.
Tough for them with a lot of those choke points. Then they have to take those jewels, but they're just showing, even in 3v5 situations on the T side, it can be quite easy to win those type of rounds. So MongolZ putting their aim back on the pedestal. Very well done.
What do you think Coach Neo's observed so far?
Well, this right now is just going to be talking about, you know, the stretch forward on this CT side. You're going to say, all right, boys, it's fine. I know last time we got 10 CT rounds. That's
Who are
all
the
good.
favorites to win? Probably
FaZe, and we already have
no?
3. We just need 1 or 2 more. So let's just take a
Probably
partial now. The
FaZe,
lost
I feel
bonus is
like,
built. We're going to
because
get
they're
3,400 into the
really
next. Let's get
popular, I
Sanctuary's
guess.
AWP.
Yeah.
We can be a difference maker once that AWP is out. In a round like this, you're just hoping for a couple of kills, maybe save an AK, keep the pressure on, because the momentum shift, 4 consecutive rounds now for the MongolZ.
He's feeling it. He is feeling
MongolZ
it.
have won one of these in that first map. Often attributed to something FaZe. Pretty handy with the pistols.
The key for me right now is the smokes. It's where you're going to try and corral them. At least
3-4,
just use
they
the block
were
as they come
like
knocking
leading
initially.
with 3 points.
Try and
But
force a fumble. 9-10 accelerating. Has support of Senzu.
Good for like a jiggle smoke defense, and AWP can just peek you, and ooh, the elbow. It was enough for Karrigan, he's seen it.
But that territory is now yours. Senzu just going to harass to make sure they don't creep in. Nothing too crazy.
that's good. Hold your ground. Hey, Dorozea.
The late call of this will be, as long as they don't get picked apart, where FaZe can stack. They're going to get this back. Senzu, very brave.
Yeah.
And doesn't want to risk it anymore, so knows that...
They want an AK though. They want an AK. They're hoping to maybe get a
utility
weapon
game
here.
right now, just vying for this control. But the reroute, there's still a lot of utility right now for a MongolZ execute, but there's a push coming their way.
Yeah, but this is exactly what 9-10's waiting for. A little jiggle is all he needs. Good read. They still need to find that finish. They have to get past Frozen.
They have so much util. Has to be ahead of it.
This is what I also do when I play PvP side.
Techno, though, quick to sweep
What you gotta do is just smoke the entire site. Smoke the entire site.
But that might be all you catch.
Sneak
Couple
past.
of sprayed bullets from Senzu connect, and Rain, nothing for him to do.
Listen, feel.
Kevlar vesting at 5-7.
Still keeping the pressure on, making them work, having to rotate around the map. Doesn't come easy. You're not getting the site for free. You're not just saving. You're forcing them to continue to vie for some of these key positions, but it will be 5. 2-round gap now accrued. Expect to see this AWP for Simple come out into the next. It doesn't feel desperate now that FaZe have to make an aggressive maneuver. They've been playing relatively standard on the CT side, just with the block nades. There's a kill. That's an AK. Would love to hold on to that. Senzu trying to cut him off at the pass here. Rain very noisy. Senzu's going to be able to track this. Should have him dead to right, and does. So no AK for you.
I'm not seeing any signs of stage Senzu right now.
Why do they not
This is the unlocking
listen?
moment for Senzu. The way that we built this, that you're taking on FaZe on the other side. We've got major winners on that side of the server. Major MVPs, there's 2 of them, Rain and
Why
Simple.
are they not listening to me?
Elige and Frozen, they're championship caliber players as well. They know what it takes to win. This team, Hail Mary, last-ditch attempt. An all-in maneuver from FaZe to be competitive at the major, and they've come this far.
Wow,
They've got
4K monitor.
on the stage in
Let's
front
go.
of his hometown.
Yes.
Things weren't working. They awakened the Undertaker from his slumber and make the playoffs. But is that where the story ends? Can MongolZ dispatch of the FaZe dream?
I love this approach, though. They're just going into the default spread. If you have anything aggressing, let's go. We like to take these
They're
fights too.
playing T side
Just have their
so
protocols
well.
in place to deal with the
You know what they gotta
pushes.
do? You know what they gotta do, chat? Listen to me. Listen
control.
listen
Senzu,
to
nice
me.
deep nade.
They gotta
Off the
get
target.
AVP down into con water.
Simultaneously, they seize mid-control.
They gotta do that. You gotta pick them off easy. They always go con water.
They
gotta push back so they don't corner them in on the side.
Up on 8. Frozen, Simple, and Carrigan looking to lock down the other side of the map.
Guys, this is what I should be the team coach.
Concedes the space with his smoke, Carrigan just scuttles one into the mouth of Con.
And the key there is there's only one left. Simple having the last smoke to block. That's just been lobbed out as well. Well timed because they're rerouting into a B split. They need to fight for this con control. Senzu losing this fight could spell disaster for the Mongols.
Carrigan, no, he's not going to get anything done.
Shit.
Simple short, connects with the AWP, but there's a whole team coming his way. A need to break, 2 advancing, just enough, spotted up Blitz, finds another, dancing around the side for another. Hard 5 for 9-10, retake looking good. They haven't even gotten the bomb down. Techno trying to buy time, trying to make space. Needs to punch in the code, another fake. There's no time, he'd have to kill them both. He's overthought it. Rain, pulling the strings. Techno's not got the time. The clock and ally for FaZe. Up to 4. Those smokes, Chad, you highlighted it. It becomes
at least they
a
won the
factor.
round.
Oh, well, they break the 5-round streak. Tense moment there. One player survives. You get the win bonus, but the CT finance is still going to be strung quite thin.
Second shot.
The AWP comes out. It finds impact. But you lose it, and you don't have enough money to afford another. So right now, Simple goes back to the auto shotty. Doesn't have this AWP. An MP9 for Carrigan, rifles for the rest. So again, it's just another buy that doesn't have everything that they'd be hoping for, where for Mongols, that's not the problem. They're going to take their first tactical timeout. Mara gets on the mic. They've got 5 rounds now on this T-side, 4 FaZe on the defense.
I can't comprehend the auto shotgun.
But look, it's simple.
It's simple, I understand.
Simple, right? This is it. This is the type of plays that this guy's known for, out of the box.
He was stubborn with the shotgun towards the end before he stepped away. But to see it return upon his return, and in such a big game, just doesn't like the MP9.
One more round on CT and FaZe is good.
Big round here for
Can
FaZe.
they achieve that?
4 rounds the minimum.
Do you have a tone shift?
Did I
Right now
read
they're
that
faking a bit of a B
No.
play. Early util, flash is
Honestly,
thrown over, more
the
pressure
flash
towards middle.
is
So they
so
are
bad
changing the
here that
tempo.
I'm not even They should all go buy some merch.
Feels very potent when paired with the 2 of them. Simple!
Boom!
In combination. They know 2A. That info flows, but a pick for FaZe regardless. 9-10 just
a
snipe over the top of the smoke. A boost to further his angle. And it's Frozen that's ready. Woof.
He said peekaboo,
Quick haircut
bitch.
handed to him.
And 3v5 now. Senzu trying to buy some space.
A well-structured CT side would never let the Mongols back in here. Carrigan up close. Looks like it could be a good catch. Whoa, he just drives at him.
I guess maybe they do get
100 mile
5-5.
an hour into Khan. Senzu loses his life, loses his AK, and it seems Mongols will lose this round. The 10th of play, second map, final quarter-final.
It is 5-2. It's difficult to pull off, but it's not impossible.
9-10 will peek through. Wow.
5v1.
Up against the
What's your
sniper.
kick?
And he's the one that's the most precise.
5 everyone.
to 5. Triple kill from the Norwegian Rock.
FaZe up, FaZe up. FaZe up, FaZe up.
Instant there from Rain. Flash comes through.
Nice.
Simple starts shooting, but Rain gets the kill.
Oh my god.
Even gets Simple's AWP back in play. Money now a problem for the Mongols. It's 2 consecutive rifle rounds. This will be the 3rd. Working back into things the hard way, FaZe.
Spirits out, yeah. Guys, do not look on the, look on the bright side though. We got an amazing game out of it.
Given over to him.
Those
from camera, Elise from Temple side. This continued harassment and back and forth through Con.
Those 3 maps were freaking cinema.
It's an exercise in focus when playing so passive.
They're going for an A-split. Mazinho has helped this time to get this control. And info play not really available for the CTs right now. If they push through B-man, that's going to give them the longest rotation point to help out this side.
To watch?
Simple,
no,
Rain,
dude.
Burrow down. Alicia's on his way.
It was really
He'll come
good.
through heaven.
Yeah, I mean, Simple has to remain responsible for that blitz late piece through
I enjoyed it.
Perfect block smoke on main right now. They don't have a HE on the T side to break through this, but there's
Don't
one.
watch the
And
game.
no information on the other side.
I think a lot of pros watches the
This will
game.
flush them forward. They are going to have to fight.
Rain has a flash. Can be thrown behind him
I'm
when he needs it.
Big opportunity, and it does connect. Important from Techno. He trades. There's a lead. Stands his ground for one. In the flames, Simple peeks in. Misses his window. The bomb makes it across. 9-10 swings in, unfazed. He ain't scared. 2-on-3. FaZe needs this, and Simple can't handle it. He gets taken down. 9-10. Techno side by side. Karrigan on this retake. 14 HP. If Techno wins it, oh, he does damage.
Very
It's awkward.
low,
9-10
yeah.
can't hold on.
Damn, okay. Okay.
Jubilation in Austin as a 6th CT round on Anubis is theirs.
Yeah, and they're just, again, doing it the hard way. You're up against this buy. The Util's in the mix. It's a nice little opener there, right? Smoke gets blown open, no info. Then
Oh
there's the
my
molly,
God.
then there's the flash. So good Util sets to at least have a wolf at the gate.
I took some nasal spray.
The retake on the way in, 9-10 and
dying.
Techno. Both under pressure, both with isolated jewels, unable to convert. Final round, first half. Plant comes through, lost bonus, does facilitate something threatening again. So these rounds, yeah, sure, the pistol with the conversions, you'll take those. But down the stretch, if they go 4 straight to take the lead, FaZe will be emboldened by this.
Oh, well, he didn't see much, did he? That nade looks good, though.
Tickled them a little bit.
9-10 softened up.
They've read this wrong, but the pop's coming.
Yeah, Frozen, Simple, where are you in the open? Oh, he's scared now, the whole
He
team's coming.
died, let it,
Frozen's
leave him
done
alone.
well,
He's
hits one, pressure out.
cooking, I'm sure.
But he goes
I'm
down.
sure.
Karrigan overwhelmed. Oh, he gets caught out. 9-10. Just walks into the site and claims another.
Lock
Comfortable
in.
retake. Audible now is the lead. Throws out a spam. Incendiary doesn't catch him. Blitz allowed to relocate.
This is so tough on the way back in. They have to give it a go. Final round.
This might be something for Zenzu. Ooh, quick reactions from Rain. Changes the dialogue. There may be more to be said. Blitz hidden in that blind spot. Leash starting to ask questions of Con. Blitz. Oh, he's ready. Catches the headshot necessary. It's a Leash. Last round of the half. Everything to play for. Everything to be gained. The flash, the swing. He's got it. The first is his.
That was fucking clutch. That was clutch. Okay, that. Okay. That support he has, I think he's also American. So his fellow Americans love this guy. Hitman. Agent 47.
Hello and welcome to the Culture Clubhouse. We like to discuss the cultural implications of Counter-Strike plays. It's 2018. Cloud9 had to grind all the way from the first stage and stage 2 to get into the playoffs. They managed to battle all the way into the final, and then at 15-14, Stewie 2K pulls off the clip of Counter-Strike.
28 seconds now, and Olaf Meister might try to pull
Look how bad the game looked, bro, compared to now. How did we not realize?
The rotation. Olaf Meister has been taken out towards the B-bomb site.
It's the Olaf death, man, and they feel cooked now. The Olaf kill is huge, and then he does this.
But look at the time! Look at the time, there's 7 seconds to plant the bomb!
That's the bomb, tumbles away, so much chaos.
They're trying to build pyramids!
Insane shot on Nico, and then the follow-up Rain trying to plant. Dude, it's the perfect clip.
That is
great. America is losing their minds in this moment. There are no pyramids, there is no clay.
Dude, imagine being there though,
and
in that
from
arena.
This, springboard NA to its first major win.
If FaZe managed to reset mentally, would we remember Stewie's play? Probably not in the same way.
Probably not in the same way, but that's where the cultural impact comes from. When you look at the names on that FaZe squad, this was also like the beginning of the downfall of that FaZe squad with Carrigan at the helm, the big split between him and Nico. So much stuff like echoed from this one play. That's like what it meant to FaZe and how crushing it was to them. He does
now he's
seem
known
to
as the
have
Valorant guy,
cultural
which is
roots.
crazy.
Dare I even say he mogged them?
I don't quite know that one, but perhaps he did.
Okay.
Perhaps he did, and I appreciate, you know, it's always important to kind of establish the vernacular of the youth so as one can continue to relay the culture.
That is the most insane way to win a major.
And so there it is, the tale of Stewie 2K in Boston. A pretty good time. And that's why we give it a 9 out of 10 on the culture scale and a 6 out of 10 on the individual brilliance.
Holy shit, dude. That was the last major I watched. I don't even remember my last one. I really do not remember. Do I run ads? Well, you can't turn off ads. You cannot turn off ads. It's physically not possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may have missed it, but Elige is in the building and he makes his presence known in that final round.
Thank you, homie, for the prime.
Of our second
Now that
match,
was a nice
first half.
clutch. That was a nice
Impeccable
clutch.
1v2. He read the play, the flashbang thrown out by Blitz. He reads it.
China
and
major?
he
No.
secures a 7.
That was this year or last year, no?
Takes to their feet. Trying to will this into a third map. Ancient lying in wait if FaZe can close out Anubis. Mongols are map to the good. FaZe seem to have found their individual form.
An eruption from the crowd there, giving the man his flowers.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Who's yelling that? Who is yelling that? Dude, they're feeling the spirit. Yeehaw!
Absolute crowd work in a quarterfinal. Smoke on
That's
Con and
Kerrigan.
Techno to be tested.
Hell yeah, hype man.
Oh, he's done well. He's done very well in combination. The whole team deliver. 3 down and only 1 remains. It's a Senzu cleanup.
Nice.
He is one to be feared now. That group stage form, it hasn't gone anywhere. Top of the tables, map 1, and again finds himself fighting tooth and nail to
My
end this
guns
in 2.
just don't shoot like that,
right?
dude.
The confidence is there from Senzu.
My
now.
gun
I think
just
he's
does
actually
not shoot
emboldened
like
by the fact
that.
They're not the favorites. They have this crowd against them, and this is in spite
You
of
should always go
The
A
quieter you
first,
get,
by the way.
happier he is.
Always go A first pistol round.
Absolutely. I mean, that's their objective. It can certainly
You learned that down on 5K.
psychologically either crush you or embolden you.
They could become the crowd favorites with this victory. Sure, they're the villains right now, but MongolZ. America had a soft spot for them before.
How can you not, though?
Okay, so this right now, FaZe with a couple of
They're
deagles.
not
Let's see if
from
they can
the mud
make some
like
magic
us.
happen. Blitz.
Dude, they don't
on the
know how
table.
we
Hands already
fight
forward.
to live.
Frozen to oversee business. Carrigan outside of A. The other two were searching towards B.
In
This is a
five-
must
in
win for the
5K.
MongolZ. We split pistols, the same as Mirage. If it's the same as Mirage, it means the MongolZ are just going to go on an absolute spree. I don't like the way that one sounds, but...
Wow, that's a good one back. A headshot catching. What did I just witness?
His boots just left the ground.
Yo!
Bloody hell. I mean,
Yo!
one is great from Frozen. Elige
My
just hit
guns
a
do
miracle
not
second.
shoot like that.
This one's
Holy
back on. 3v3.
fuck.
Actually, now Carrigan's gonna, wow, actually spots out Blitz with his Glock. Now Frozen does get caught on searching A. And Blitz gets double swung. Elige hits another headshot. Why is this becoming a conversation? It shouldn't. Mazzinho is in a position to ensure it won't. He's going to have that fast info, nothing behind the smoke. No relocation from 9-10.
25 on the clock.
They have to be quick, but they remain silent. Mazzinho hasn't asked
This is what we
any
would do in
questions
5K
of
too,
middle
guys.
just yet.
Did I pay for the rights? No, I got the permissions from them to co-stream it, co-watch it.
Be comfortable here, and two unarmored teams
Shout
running into your domain, and Elise, despite 2 clean headshots, they'll be saved. Now, economical damage doesn't feel like a win, at least not yet.
Boris the Butcher in the house, everybody.
It's a very special guest. Let's see this one from Frozen, and then Elise just hitting that. Excuse me? He's doing tricks on it.
You need to have permission, yes. You cannot stream it, watch it if you do not have permission.
First rifle round T side goes into the MAC-10, so...
That's why I didn't watch earlier, because I did not have permissions, but I got it now. So I can watch
now they want to press mid.
Which I'm very happy about. Super thankful.
Albon through the smoke with the flash. So flash go, Elige, masterful at mid control.
And now he's the one that wants to take it away from the MongolZ. And look at Carragher going. Puts Blitz on notice, and he's run him down even more so.
He's in trouble.
It certainly is. Okay, Carragher, cool your jets. 2 of them low. From a MAC-10 spamming
Dude,
smoke,
MAC-10 is also such a goated weapon.
So, both teams a little worse for wear.
You have to push out main. You need some control or something if you're the MongolZ. You can't just sit on your haunches. You've lost mid. You're worried about them trying to force
water control.
I'm
Gonna
try and retake middle. Smoke's faded now, but there's so much to worry about. FaZe on the reroute.
I'll try to do another watch party for something.
I'm not really sure when they are. That's the only problem. I'm not up to date.
Massive. Who dares wins. A 9-10
Boom.
loses out to Elise.
He is fucking locked in, this guy.
Looking around in mid, despite that low HP. That is the first kill of this round. Look how worse for where they are. Mzinho's got help, and he's managed to deliver. Removing Carragher more where that came from. A second from him as well.
Trade.
Matches his output, but Senzu, he sneaks on in for another. Simple. Forced to watch. Rain with the bomb on his back. Elise has to push the camera. Smoke 10 HP on Senzu.
Time.
Techno's fast on the flank. He can't cover all the options. Senzu can deny it, doesn't elect to swing. Rain spotted, doesn't go down. Senzu that low HP.
They know. Yeah, well played. Really well played. Really well played.
That one feels great.
Really well played.
Rain again. CT side, M4 in his hand. This time, triple kill out of the Norwegian. Making good on what his teammates started. And a tough situation with the clock against them.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you can't fault Senzu for second guessing like a 10 HP swing and a 2v2, but I feel like he could deny that plant. A quick headshot, his playing was solid. And
guys, it's like I'm playing right now. I'm so happy.
Maro has called his second timeout.
And this is where the ramifications of those 3 Deagle kills in round number 2 comes into play.
My Danish brother.
Because now your finances are strung out. You only got 1,400 coming into this, get 1,900 into the next. Tradition says you're forced by in a scenario like this, but they are yet to invest. And the timeout, it's concluded. Putting up more of a fight than they did.
Yeah, because Kerrigan is also playing with 0-10 stats.
That's for sure.
Yeah, Rain, my also Norwegian brother, of course.
Deagle, 4 USPs. One of the easiest rounds FaZe will be going up against in this entire map.
I do understand Norwegian, but I
like the
it's
boost
English
idea,
only
but
in
Simple will
chat.
quickly work that out. Will disrupt and force reposition from Senzu's D.
No Swedes left in the major.
This is a second opportunity. Simple's position is noted, but no
Roland,
vulnerability.
we watched him yesterday in Mouse.
Should be absolutely fine. If anything, you'd like Carragher to
the
get a couple of Vicos.
Jim.
With that MAC-10.
Just going through their paces right now, gets put their aim on display. Rain goes down short. Let Senzu. Gets a couple of kills. Sweeps him away.
I feel like they're starting to look a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more at ease.
And now we get to see.
They look a little bit more at ease.
They want to go for a force that will be quite light on. Got to get at 4 M4s. The util's the biggest problem in this situation right now for the MongolZ. You're working with almost nothing. couple of smokes, a HE, a molly, that's it. You don't even have a defuse kit right now. The game could get out of control if you lose this. FaZe can steam through, take us to Ancient.
Tickled him a little bit.
Solid connection from Mzinho. Opens up Rain on his progression.
This is map 2 out of 3. If MongolZ win this one, they win, and it's send FaZe home.
Yeah,
if FaZe win this one, we move on to the third map, which I don't know what it is.
Smoke to block, but
what is the third
you're
map?
going to want to hold on to it for as long as you can. And well, apparently he feels a lot of pressure. It's quiet on the rest of the map. There's no pressure outside B main, connector, middle. So the young gun has to deploy that smoke. Only one left with an incendiary. And they're
It's
hedging.
Ancient.
Now they're not in the strongest stance to deny them coming straight through main. 910's middle. He's have to cheat over and help Mzinho
I don't
now,
know.
because if they just
I have
execute
allergies.
with all this information,
Maybe I have a cold on top of that. I've been up early. I've been drinking. I've been eating all day.
Upon, but that's Carrigan. The Mac 10 trade,
now
the
I'm
bomb being
watching
planted.
this.
They can't seem to disrupt it. Frozen just rounding the corner willy-nilly. Double from Senzu. It's looking good. It's looking great. Only Elise can save him. Oh, he's in so much trouble. Techno takes him.
It's okay, though. It's okay.
The perfect timing on that mid push for Blitz.
Couldn't be better.
It got enough information for the rotation to start heading in. Having to play ahead of the smoke, they slow things down, pushing through. That's what Senzu didn't do in the 2v2. He takes the risk, and this time it pays off.
Am I drunk? No, I would not be
just
streaming
a one-round
drunk.
game, and that was a tough buy.
Eating all day, dude. I just want to lay down in my bed and sleep.
5 or 6 at max across the entire team.
I'm so full from all the food today. It was so good. It was so good, though. Great
You've
food.
got a very serious game of Counter-Strike.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Still unfolding, still unknown.
Simple's brought out the AWP on the T side.
Dude, stop fucking atting me
will
in
be
every
hollowed
message,
out at the
bro.
end of this for FaZe. MongolZ will be
I
able to
will
take the lead if
actually
they convert this one.
you.
Look at this. Look at this.
It's
Imagine.
low.
Yeah,
Blitz, just running and gunning.
That is what I'm talking about, chat.
A haymaker arrives, but hang on, we've got an Undertaker in the server. A quick response and slip.
This is what I'm talking about. You gotta control water.
910 overlooked. Frozen with a drifted transfer. He can't finish his job. Techno with just 12 HP holds on.
Simple. On the clock. AWP in his hands. Bomb down.
I low-key want to see them play FaZe though.
By all accounts, this should be an
Ancient.
impossible round to get back into, and he's probably considering the save.
Considers an alternative. Putting on a show. Senzu spotted out. HE will soften him further. Look at their HP, but it doesn't matter when you've got an AWP. Begging for a swing.
Oh, Senzu does get a past.
They're gonna rush him. They're gonna rush him. Are they not gonna rush him?
Senzu over the smoke. Is Simple still going for this?
He seems to think so. Puts his nose out of the smoke, slipping through. Info on the fade.
Oh, and a missed shot. Techno's got him. MongolZ 9. Head in hands for FaZe fans as they
Dude,
can
you
feel
don't
it.
get drunk of one beer,
MongolZ
dude.
to take the lead
Tell me
once
you've
more,
never
just
had
like
alcohol
Mirage.
before. Or tell me without telling me you've never had alcohol.
Look at this. I love this call. Right, you know that the money's going to be bottomed out after this.
The audacity, though.
Carrigan's either calling something direct or going into a default so they can play out a standard round. They just flood through that window. They make a statement, and then it becomes a mid-round situation. It's no longer the call from Carrigan. It's the players needing to play, and right now they're just going to be down to an eco.
Chat.
MongolZ.
Chat.
Every kill a step closer.
MongolZ are they are just
and they're getting more and more confident
They are
with these
playing
players.
this how
They're
I would
continuing to
play
just go
this.
aggressive. Right, this is a season. This is the 9th
This is
Tier 1
what I
tournament
talked
they've
about
played. They've been in
earlier.
the playoffs of 7 of them. Throughout those events, they've only won 4 matches within the playoffs. 2 of them were against Aurora. Right, those don't even count. This one right here can power them up like never before. 100%. And on this side of the bracket,
no,
there's no reason they can't be in the grand
this
final.
before. I literally said this. You gotta play it aggressive. You gotta have water control.
When they get to the playoffs for MongolZ, it
you
was
gotta go pecan with an
AVP. The opposite.
I literally said that.
But here in Austin, the Mongols slay their demons, slay the old gods. It's tantalizingly close now. And securing a semi-final. After being a threat all season
well, since
long.
I am in FaZe now,
with rifles and rain and
officially,
unofficially,
great
synergy. In the addition with the likes of
since I am in FaZe,
but this is just too tall of a task, keeping it clean. All 5 staying alive.
We gotta face it up,
Double digits found first by the Mongols.
But if Mongols win, I would not be mad.
You think you're stressed? Think about the people in the FaZe Clan jersey on stage right now. This roller coaster of emotions they've been on.
Listen, what you gotta do is put on an amazing performance too. Smoke all Mac 10s. Smoke the entire B side. And go ham on that shit.
It's showtime.
The shirt, honestly, I did not even see it because I was so locked into my strat. They seem to have a pretty weak mid, though. You could try to take advantage of that.
Smoke. Karrigan caught. 9-10 Zorb draws that first blood.
Bro's going to head back, scoop up that bomb. A-split imminent. Run through the motions now. With the rotation point smoked off Temple. Needs to head back through Beach.
Oh, it's a good angle. Rain going to be ready for that. Looks like he was. 9-10, however, moving. Simple! Oh, he spins around for another!
Another one?
Pressure, under scrutiny, Elise fighting into the side.
That was really good by 9-10.
They're quick to this, quicker than he was ready for. Elite is brought down, it's only frozen to save FaZe. Too many options. Take no best
NT.
An 11th at the top of the tables. Chances dwindle for FaZe Clan.
Bomb goes down, defuse comes through. Extra $600, 9-10. That was absolutely massive from him. Under so much pressure. He opened things up with the initial kill onto Karrigan, but right now the realization for FaZe might be settling in.
The Mongolian sniper opens and closes this one.
This is the toughest situation you're going to find yourself in your FaZe. Right now, you don't have enough money to go for a full buy. If you do, it's Galil's in lieu of AKs, or it's AKs without utility. So likely you have to find yourself in a half buy. And that means that you more likely will give over the 12th round right now. And if you do, then you need 3 consecutive rounds just to be able to push us to overtime. Now, if anyone could do it, it's the most entertaining team in Counter-Strike history.
Oh my god, I just figured it out, chat. I literally just figured it out how they break them. I just figured it out.
Let's see if they've got what it takes.
I know how you
Austin,
break.
can you will it?
USA. Oh no.
Austin tries to will a Tech 9 half buy across the line.
Half of the Mongols through towards B. The range is going to vie for this control. Make it look like a standard round. They're going to go through the paces. Still going to be at the timing on the pop onto the B side. Frozen Elise will be in through main. Another 3 in through connector. Here they come silently. Slipping up water. Simple have the flash at the ready.
Listen. What you gotta do is...
Senzu gets caught by that. Goes down empty-handed. Now they accelerate. The flashes look great. Blitz does too, though. Back of the site. Back of the sky. They're into the site. The hard part done.
Look, he missed that one.
Just as hope was starting to be lost.
Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he just wanted to do that. I don't know.
A glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
Down the stretch.
That's what you gotta do, guys. That's what you gotta do. You gotta.
Their lost bonus bottomed out. Having to build back into the game this late.
Crazy with them.
They have that in their favor. 9-10 and Mazinho called off from giving this 2v4 a look. But the hunting party of Rain and Simple is already trying to track them down. Bomb goes off, not going to be able to get there to snatch these away. But double digits. And that's what I
scratch your like my dog. Yeah, well, sorry, dude. My ear is just itching. Maybe there's a fly in it.
This is what you have to break through if you're the Mongols.
Planting
a hostile
eggs.
crowd.
Preying on your downfall.
Great flash, great work from Carrigan, just surging in, making so much space. Even gets the double kill.
I have to compliment the flashbang work, not only onto Senzu, but you saw Techno's POV there on the plateau, completely blinded as they push out Con. Perfect layering and timing from FaZe. They turn that low buy around.
Last timeout called now by the Mongols. Mara feeling the pressure, understanding the financial ramifications of losing these down the stretch.
What I would do, they stack 3 guys on B every time, right?
Another save, and then we're
That's
all
what
tied
they
up.
do.
Legs 11.
Either
full buys
you push
to lock
them
horns.
on B,
this is the
right?
way you want this one to
you
go
push them
down.
on B, you break into side, you smoke the entire fucking site, okay?
We've seen both teams starting to
Smoke,
change the tempo,
flash,
change the
doesn't
pace.
do that.
But double orbs, it was
Boom,
brought
boom,
out
boom,
Mirage.
boom.
Senzu got
And then the other
done.
team pushes from Con, water
This time,
Con,
can he be the difference maker?
and
19
they, you
kills
know,
with the X factor.
they can't look everywhere. They do that. Or they go for the one guy in mid, get the one guy in mid, put pressure on B main too, obviously. But then you get them from behind like that.
Nine-10 stubborn for this. At least he was. To retain control.
It's about back shots, guys. It is about back
to a more
shots.
passive angle. Pushing 3 towards B. Plenty of time for Carrigan to call his team into this. Right now in the fog of war, our FaZe. Mongols don't have any information, constricted. The confines of Anubis. Here's this secondary AWP.
Oh, he's flashed off the line. Info.
Did not hit him.
Pressure applied. Ooh, not amplified because Techno's got his defensive frags. Pluralized as he finds Simple.
Yeah.
A good fight back. It's a lead.
Yeah.
Claws them into the site. Enables a plant.
Con!
2v2.
Con!
2-on-2. This has got some serious ramifications, Chad.
Remember the finances. These two saved last time round. There's kit in play, no smoke.
These young Mongolians trifling with Frozen and Elige to put 12 on the board first. He's looking the wrong way.
No!
Elige is in trouble. Goes looking.
Yes!
Completely pantsed by Elige, and it's only MongolZ. What have you got? What can you do? Elige is dancing around the bomb site.
He's playing a mountain and cat with him.
And now MongolZ just has to defuse it, just has to sit it, just has to accept his fate.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Elige is going crazy. Oh my god.
11-11. And the Moody Center
USA,
makes a collective
USA,
wish.
USA, USA, USA. Dude, I'm feeling it, bro. I'm feeling it.
Can't believe he got away with that
This
one.
is
It's
crazy,
crazy.
man.
Already low on HP. Mazinho not able to find that kill. That's his undoing. But the cash, it's thin.
All to play for now.
These double orbs just not
You
working out for the
one-puncher,
Mongols.
man.
Twice they brought it out over both of these maps and can't stick the landing.
It's an expensive risk to take.
Yeah, and that's why we see a couple of MP9s.
I want to watch that one.
An AWP still for 9-10. 2 M4s. This time, they've been berating B time and time again, but Mazinho, the youngest member, I first saw him in this jersey, having a tough time now. He looks right at home, but he's going to have to step up with one of the weaker weapons if they continue their onslaught towards his site. This is information. This is a boatload of information. This will liberate the rotation. Blitz. Puts on his runners. Senzu as well.
I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm nervous.
Level head.
I'm scared to breathe.
9-10, perching at the ready.
This is exactly where he needs to be.
That's a crazy
He's
angle.
in the right place. He's got the right angle, and he's got the frag he needs.
Do they follow through, or do they call this off?
That's the question. That's the question. It's suspicious the AWP lies there.
Rotate,
Carrigan, he's got to pull the
rotate.
shots, pull the strings.
Rotate.
Heading back. They're heading back now.
Techno's been lying in wait from B main. This is a quick late stage pivot.
Yes!
Techno will tuck. How good is the cover on Carrigan's plant? It needs to be perfect. They cannot be caught, just like they have been on the cross. Senzu gets it. Techno reveals, and FaZe collapse. Elige is so detached, he hasn't got a chance in hell. A 1v5, an unwinnable 1v5. An AWP shot connects on A, they get channeled into Techno. And MongolZ sees the lead. FaZe, one single round separates them from elimination of the Blast TV Austin Major. You want to talk about pressure? You want to talk about making it count?
I'm nervous.
Then you better win this round.
And this financial seesaw, that's the conversation. FaZe, they save this timeout for a rainy day. 30 seconds to talk their tournament life over. The Hail Mary, the all-in, the gamble on can you resurrect Simple? Well, he's been powering up throughout this tournament. As a unit, you've gotten this far.
They're not putting him in the right positions.
Can you take us to overtime on your map pick?
They're not putting him in the right positions.
3 AKs, Mac 10, Tech 9, 30 seconds worth of a conversation. Just one round, just 5 kills to extend play. To blow the roof off this place.
What the hell
and
are
to give
those
the people
glasses?
what they want.
No way. Tag to Tech. Just to amplify the pressure further. Mike's muted.
Even more time to center yourself for the MongolZ on the cusp of making history.
Guys,
Shanghai,
now I took a little bit of a hit from
major playoff debut.
from the
Austin
nasal spray.
Could very well be them taking that next step.
Do you hear that?
The semi-finals.
Down to taking down Shanghai Grand
I can
Finalists.
breathe. I can breathe, chat.
And Simple, I'm sure he's enjoyed being in that shirt, in that jersey. The super sub.
Dude, it's so much better being actually able to breathe while streaming.
Austin.
I have not been able to do that for a long time.
Who knows what FaZe Clan are going to look like after the tournament break? Who knows where Simple's going to find himself?
Stand up? Yeah, I will do that later.
How do you not? How do you stay in the flow state here? Hey, Austin. Times like these, all they can do is look up at the crowd. Why don't you get your flashlights out? Let them have a show.
A little light show.
Fixing a coaching headset. Look at that.
Come on, guys. Do you not have phones?
The stars shining brightly on the server and in the arena. Let's get this one going, Austin. Are you ready for this? What could be final round?
Yes! 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 USA!
And so it begins. Is this the beginning of the end of the quarterfinals? Oh, that's a lovely name.
DJ Khaled was on Only Pixel stream, is that real?
And he's brought out this secondary AWP again. They're going to explode in towards B.
Okay, they want to punish. It's Techno's here, though. Up close and personal, it's a perfect angle, so long as he's not flashed and incendiary. Deters them. They may have heard the impact. Blitz with a supportive flash. Relocation from Techno.
Wasn't?
That's not bad. Anti-ready.
They're cancelled. That was their execute.
I would have shot my teammate there, honestly.
Only 2 HEs.
Honestly,
they wanted to pop into B,
the
but
pressure would have been so crazy. I would have accidentally shot my teammate thinking it was the enemy.
So much invested into that failed attempt onto B.
I just shot the first person I saw.
Guessing. Not a moment wasted.
Elige, the spearhead of the assault. America's finest.
Catches the flash, starts to accelerate. It's a good shot from Emzinho. Only the one from Frozen. It could all end right here and now in the hands of the 910 sniper.
No!
The Mongolian delivers. And it's only Rain. And he's not got it in him. He hasn't got it in him. Mongols have done it. They slay the old gods in this generational clash.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall, and the Mongols, they save their moment. For the biggest, the baddest, and the best events, the major is where they find their stage breakthrough.
They've had their heartbreak, and now they hand Austin one.
Oh my
They removed the fan favorites in 2-0 fashion, individuals playing their game, their way. And it takes them to a next stage.
What a time to find their form, especially Senzu.
They
questions when it gets to this type of a stage. Once you're on the arena, when you're in front of the fans.
I think the Mongols, they are a team to watch out for. They played so well.
They get it done today.
They were on it.
The Mongolian flag is firmly planted in the Counter-Strike map. A 2-0. Dreams crushed as dreams are realized. Let's hear from your winners.
Techno, congratulations, Techno. Hello, hello. Yes, congratulations, Techno. Unbelievable victory here. What does it mean to you to beat FaZe in Austin and make it to the major semifinals?
We lost against them in the group stage at the 2-0, and we made so many analyses and discussed about our mistakes, and I think we fixed our, the mistakes, I guess.
I think so too, and a lot more than that. In Shanghai, this was your final stop. Now you have made it further. What has changed about your team? What have you been doing better on the big stage?
I always say that tournament by tournament, we're qualifying playoffs and playing on the stage. I think we're maybe being comfortable on the stage, I guess.
We can definitely see it. It's about 8 a.m. back home for you. Is there anything you want to say to those fans who are up very early, but also Mongols fans here?
Keep still supporting us and cheer for us. Thank you. That's all.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Very humble. They are not really even smiling, these guys.
None of these are going to be easy, I can assure you that much, but I do have the man of the hour. Let's give a round of applause for
None of them were really even smiling. You could think they just lost, honestly. You could have thought they just lost.
Talk to me about some of these emotions, but it's been a long career for you. Tell me a little bit about what's going on today.
I mean, it's definitely tough. Probably one of the best chances that we had, I think. We definitely had it in us to win this game. I mean, Anubis was super winnable. I don't know, just really disappointed.
Build up to this. You had 291 rounds played. You had 14 maps right here in Austin. You build up to this series itself. Tell me about some of those feelings.
I felt like we were powering up every single match. I felt like we were getting better, vibing as a team. The chemistry was working well. We had a great CT half on Anubis. It was looking like we were going to take it to the third map, and yeah, unfortunately, just a lot of rounds didn't go our way, but yeah.
Elise, you put Pennsylvania on the map. You put North America on the map.
Pennsylvania?
You've got quite the career.
Is that where the vampires are from?
Man. You've got all these people standing around here. They want to hear from you. So what are you going to tell them?
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the love that you guys have been given. You guys have been a great crowd. Thank you for all the cheers. You've been great, really. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Give her another round of applause. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Elise. That's FaZe Clan.
Oh, Transylvania, yeah.
A crushing way for FaZe to falter, but for the Mongols, they make history in Austin tonight. The deepest the Mongols have ever made it at a major Dupree. Semi-finals, third and fourth, guaranteed at a bare minimum for the Mongols.
It must mean so much, having an Asian team making it to the semifinals of a major, and the first one, I mean, the guys in the Mongol side, you know, it's a team that has been gone through such development throughout the history of Counter-Strike. You know, maybe like a couple of years back, people didn't expect much of them, but they've constantly grown and grown and grown. And actually, they just deserve to be here. And I like the way they approach. You know, it's not a team that has so much talent, but they're just like mechanical is so good. But it's like they're starting to get to the point where they actually also understand the game at a deeper level, and that also showcases today. And I think we talked a lot coming into the game that this is FaZe time. Maybe we even came to the point where you didn't want to glaze FaZe.
We're gonna do another watch party. It's gonna be even better that time.
It's just not enough in Counter-Strike anymore. We are seeing a new generation of players showing that they deserve to be where they are.
I was celebrating Midsummer, so I was a little bit late today. But tomorrow we're locked in. We're locked in, and we're gonna watch the entire thing. First game, second game, all the games. Yes. We're watching the final, the grand finals too. The semi-finals, grand finals. Is that Dona? No, dude! I love the outfit.
Managing to break through to this
Hell yeah.
Counter-Strike after that commitment as a roster. It's just insane. You can hear the cheers because we are joined by Mazinho. I'm sure you probably can't hear us. There's a lot of love for you in here. Tell me the emotions. What are you feeling right now, knowing you're going through to the
Shout out to Dona. I like Dona.
We're just winning on a major stage.
Holy shit. What a game. What a game. What a game, chat. Ledan. Lendan, thank you for the prime. Lenda. Chat, should I raid anybody today? I don't know who to raid. It's so late, like nobody's up. Nobody is up right now. I'm not raiding XQC. I'm not doing that.
https://www.twitch.tv/binsane.
That is not how that works, but that is not how that works. No, I don't think Onipix is gonna be streaming for very much longer either. So I don't know. Guys, I think we will just end it there, honestly. Like there's just nobody online. Oh fuck, hold on. Scandinavian! Thank you for the 7 months, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. No, chat, I will see you tomorrow. I'm gonna be earlier tomorrow. It started at 8, I think somebody said. I will see you probably at like 7 maybe. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow though. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tired as fuck. I'm so tired. It was a really, that was an intense game. Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you guys, okay? Take care, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow, everyone.